Pretty good house this afternoon. Of course, it is not going to approach yesterday's record home opener. And we find out the reason that they were late getting the count into us yesterday. A couple of the turnstiles broke down. Can understand that. Before Frankie Tavares steps in to open up the ball game for Pittsburgh, let's take time out for this message.
Take the back-breaking drudgery out of Garden.
All right, number 10, Frankie Tavares, 1 for 5 yesterday. Right-hander, stepping into the batter's box. Joe Lynette, Al Monchek, and the coaches' lines for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The plate umpire today, Jimmy West, who made the call. It was the Cubs yesterday in that critical double play. Here's Dennis Lamp winding, and Tavares takes the first pitch to strike a fastball, and we're underway. The crowd gets out with a cheer. The very first pitch. Tavares hitting .241 with 4 runs batted in for the young season. Here's the delivery. Step way up in the batter's box, taking the bunt. And that's the ball that misses to him away. Ball 1, strike 1. Fine shallow for him and straight away. Center field with the wind coming in from center. Lamp, mustachioed right-hander. Fastball swung out and a fly ball. Kingman going back into his left. He is there and he's got it. Makes the two-handed catch. Well hit. One away. Omar Marino, the center fielder, stepping in. Hitting 167. He's 3 for 18. And Tanner has been holding him out, the starting lineup against left-handers, trying to instill some confidence in this young man who has exceptional speed. He plants that front foot, the right one, well out in front of the plate. Wind up the delivery. Marino swings a fastball that he fouls it out of play. Down the left field side for strike 1. Lamp with a good fastball. Here's Ernie's first outing. This is Jim Rooker, his found opponent today for the Pirates. So those are in his first outing. One away, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Another fastball caught the outside corner. As Marino shortened up in the bat a little bit, he's brought in Hector Cruz from third in the event he tried to bunt. Now they drop back in the infield with a count of strike 2 in the hitter. Crouches at the plate. Here's the delivery. Low as he waits at it. Ball 1, strike 2. 10 innings. Yesterday, as the Red Sox over Texas 5-4 in the American League. And on the coast last night. We'll give you that in a moment. 1-2 pitch. Right 3 call. Looks like it is right down the middle in him. Marino never moved the bat. Does not question the call from Jim West. Just drops on back to the Pirate dugout behind first base. And with the bases empty, that brings up Dave Parker. He came into the ball game yesterday, hitless in his last 10 trips to the plate against the St. Louis Cardinals, on whom he normally feasts. He got a base hit yesterday to end his drought, but he is still hitting only 185 for the year. 5 hits in his first 27 at-bats, one of them a homer against the Cubs. First pitch, the left-hander swings, fouls it down the left field line, out of play. Bleachers are pretty well filled up today. Not jam-packed as they were yesterday. Box seats seem to be all gone. 0-1 delivery. Parker takes, and it just misses down around the knees to this big guy. Ball 1, strike 1. Oakland defeated California last night 2-1. Kansas City a winner over Cleveland 3-1. As Lamp gave him a breaking ball away. Ball 1, strike 2 on him. Defeating Detroit 10-8. Baltimore finally got its first victory of the year. Milwaukee its first loss. 1-2 pitch into the dirt for the curve. 2-2 now to Parker. First base umpire, John Kibler. Crew chief for this quartet, Nick Colosi umpiring at second, and Frank Pulley at third. Lamp with 2 outs, nobody on. Gets his sign from catcher, Dave Rader. Right-hander in the windup, 2-2 delivery, and Parker takes it low. Ball 3, strike 2 on him. Pirates here tomorrow. Monday will be an off day for the Cubs. Then we conclude this homestand against Montreal and the New York Mets starting Tuesday. 3-2 pitch, half swing, and he fouls fouls it off the brick wall on the third base side, and caroms down to Pulley, umpiring at third. All three strike two. Still the count on the big left-handed hitting right fielder, Dave Parker. Bearded Giant. Now the windup. 3-2 delivery. Gets under the breaking ball, fouls it, and it's going to be out of play. Into the upper deck, just over our heads. It's still 3-2. That's handled Montreal again. It's 10 innings, but they beat them 3-2. Well, Philadelphia on a walk to Jose Cardinal with the bases loaded in the ninth inning, rallied to defeat the Cardinals 4-3. San Francisco Giants going the San Diego Padres home opener with a 3-2 win. Hedges is swing and a fastball. Parker fouls that one down the line.
Did you see how they scored the winning run? Did you read how they scored the winning run?
San Francisco? Yeah. No,
Clark doubled in the tying run in the ninth inning. Whitfield hit one deep to center field, and Hendricks went back to catch. Clark charged up at second base and scored all the way.
After the catch, yes, sir. There's a ball too low. Parker coaxes a walk. Oh, I don't think I've ever heard of that. I suppose at the old Polo Grounds with that very deep field they had that could happen, but I don't think that Padre ballpark is that deep.
The story never mentioned whether he made a diving catch or fell down or what happened.
Yeah. Scores from second on the catch. Well, the Giants are a good ball club. They'll take advantage of you this year. They're now 4-3. Cincinnati, winner again, 8-4 over Houston. And the Reds have won 7 and lost only 1 this year. Here's the pitch. Right-hander Bill Robinson, a good hitter, takes the strike. Breaking ball to him. Batting .353 this year. He wound up last year just about .300. Been a late bloomer in the majors. Done an excellent job. Has a homer and 3 runs batted in for the season. Parker, pretty good lead at first base. And Lamp drives him back with a cross to Larry Bittner. The Dodgers behind Tommy John, steady pitching, knocked off Atlanta 5-1. And the Dodgers have won 5 out of their first 7. 0-1 delivery. Rader calls for a pitch out. Parker not going. Robinson wasn't doing anything. Ball 1, strike 1. Cruz, pretty deep at third at about 5 feet off the foul line. De Jesus swallowed the hole at shortstop is deep, and Klein's playing Robinson to pull. Another throw to first. Parker's back. Pretty good gap between Gene Klein in center and Bobby Mercer in right. Although Mercer gives Robinson that right field line. Kingman is deep in left field. 2 out, top of the first inning. Runner at first. Got a 1-1 pitch coming up. Again a pitch out. And again, nothing going on. Ball 2, strike 1. Now look out for this pitch. Just about has to come in there, or at least try to come in there with a strike. Stretched by Dennis Lamp. Parker goes. There's a swing. He drives left field. Out. That ball is hit. It is gone. Off the fence behind the catwalk in left field. Boy, was he ready for that one. Pirates with a 2-0 lead.
I'll say one thing for Tanner in our series at Pittsburgh and here in Chicago thus far. He has not been running as he did last year. And he's fooled later in the pitching out on several occasions.
We're afraid of that one after 2 pitch outs. We've got to pause a moment now for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
The Mike Pyle Show tomorrow following Cubs baseball on WGN Radio Chicago.
Willie Stargell, the hitter. The first pitch to him, a ball too low. He homered yesterday as a pinch hitter. Number 402 in his career. Fastball into the fist to the big guy. Fouled out of play. Bill Robinson, second home run of the young season, and it was a line drive shot. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Swung on a miss and a hefty cut by Willie. Ball 1, strike 2 to the big guy. Stargell, 3 hits in his first 13 at-bats this year. 2 runs batted in. Just under that pitch, lost a high pop foul near the plate. Rader Finally throws the mask off, comes back, and he makes the catch midway between the screen and home plate to retire the slide, but one batter too late. First two men retired, then a base on ball to Parker after Lamb got in front of him. Then Robinson at 2-1 pitch drills a line drive homer. Where the Cubs come to bat, they have spotted a buck, a lead at the end of the half inning. Pittsburgh 2 and the Cubs nothing. Coaching at first base is Joe Malpatano in the coach's box at third for the Cubs. And Ivan De Jesus getting set to step into the batter's box, 2 for 5 for the Cubs shortstop yesterday. Now has 11 hits this year in his first 30 trips to the plate. That gives De Jesus a 367 batting average, driven in 3 runs. Cubs as a team start today hitting 254. 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. Jim Rooker, in his career in the National League, winning pitcher against the Cubs, beaten them 8 times and lost a half a dozen to them. He threw a 2-hitter here at Wrigley Field in 1975 against the Cubs. Got shelled out in his first start this year for Pittsburgh. Lasted only 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 hits and 6 earned runs. What his earned run average is? Almost dare not tell you. First pitch from the veteran left-hander. Ivan takes it fine away for a ball. His ERA, 80.59. As a swing and a breaking ball. Bounces it down to the third baseman. Phil Connor's up with it. Over to Stargell at first. And there's one away. Good breaking ball. 80.59 ERA. Two-thirds of an inning worked in his first start. 5 hits and 6 earned runs. So he did not have it that day. Here's Gene Kleins. And Rooker's first pitch to the right-hander is in for a strike call. Last year, Rooker, 14-9. With a good earned run average of just a shade over 3, and he gets a little extra on that one. Throws it almost into the dirt in front of the plate. Ball 1, strike 1. Ed Ott doing the catching today. Stargell, Marino, and Parker in the outfield in left, center, and right. Softball wide. Here's the pitch. Rick low. Ball 2. Strike 1. Pirates with a 2-0 lead. A walk and a home run. Line drive shot off the bat of Bill Robinson. Left fielder. Here's the swing and a drive into right field, and Kleins is on with a single to right. Gene's third hit in 4 trips against the Pirates in this series. He's waiting back on the slow curveball and let-up that the Pirates have been giving him. So there's a great example of how to adjust. And at times, if the pitcher doesn't have you with a count of 2 strikes on you, you can look for one particular pitch. That's exactly what Gene Klein is doing, which indicates he's a fine hitter. That he is. And here's another one. Larry Bittner won it yesterday with his first home run of the season. First pitch in the 9th inning, thrown by Jim Bibby. Left-hander takes the curve. It's low, ball 1. Bittner, 4 for 12 in this young season. The 333 hitters he steps in. Stargell holding Kleins on at first. Rooker directly in the stare over at first base. Now comes to the plate. Fastball to Feinstein. Ball 2. Sox idol yesterday, playing the Yankees this afternoon. Trying to even up in that series at New York. Stretch to the pitch. Fastball. Misses low. Ball 3. Dave Kingman in the on-deck circle. Marino playing Bittner way over into left center field. And he has all the right field that he wants. He takes that pitch to strike. Ball 3, strike 1. Because Dave Parker lines up looking right down the line from second to third. to swing very, very late. Second baseman Stennett shaded way up towards second base against this left-handed hitter. 3-1 delivery. Instead, throw to Seigel at first base. Lyons standing on the bag. See if he might be going. On a 3-1 delivery. As his lead doesn't go, Bittner takes. Strike called away from him. Larry not too happy with the call by Jim West. Now there's full on him. He does not strike out often. Let's see if with one away. Pirates leading 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Harmon might send Klein. He doesn't go. There's a swing, base hit, left field. Charging in is Robinson. Klein left the stop at second base. Line singles to left field off the bat of Bittner. Ended yesterday's game with a homer. First time up today, a line single. Then he went with that fastball of Bibby's yesterday when he put it into his feet, and he went with this pitch. Here's Dave Kingman, shut out yesterday in 4 trips. Now hitting 192. 5 hits in his first 26 trips to the plate, including a home run at Pittsburgh. Big right-hander. Swings and he misses on Rooker's first offering. 9 runs, on with 1 away. Wind blowing in. And the crowd in a bit of a frenzy with Kingman at bat. Rooker's delivery. Curve ball. And he takes the pitches inside. Ball 1, strike 1. Rooker, veteran, 35 years of age. Light brown hair. 6 feet tall. He's into the stretch. Looks at Klein. Comes to the plate. Kingman swings on a fastball, and Dave fouls it back out of play. Ball 1, strike 2. Good cut at it. Bobby Mercer in the on-deck circle. The Aces opened up the inning, grounding out to Garner, the third baseman. Klein then singled into right field, and Bittner singled into left field. 2 opposite field base hits. Now Kingman cocking the bat with a count of 1-2 on him. Here's the pitch. High. He lays off, but it's 2-2. Marino deep in left center field for Kingman. Gives him all of right field. Robinson is deep in left. And Rooker on the hill. Into the stretch, delivers. Curve came in and nicked him, and the bases are going to be loaded. The curve came in and hit Dave Kingman. Just stopped the bat and immediately dropped down to first base. Well, now, he stayed right with that curveball. He knew it was a curveball, and he didn't duck or try to get out of the way of it. He took it right on the shoulder to get on base. That proves the tying run to second base. A lot of ball players would have ducked, damped, or tried to prevent from getting hit. Tony Garofalo is going to come on to second, the big guy. He gave no indication that he even filled it, did he? No. He wouldn't rub. The trainer has to rub. He wouldn't give Rooker the option of saying, did I hurt you? Or are you all right? Apparently he just missed him on the elbow. It could be just above it. And spraying it. Cold as it is out here today, I hardly need to spray it because it's been at cold to keep it from swelling. This boy. And Rooker, meanwhile, is staying loose as a pitcher can be when he is confronted with a situation in which the bases are loaded. Bobby Mercer, the hitter with Klein, Bittner, and Kingman on the base. Mercer yesterday, 0 for 4, hitting .250 for the year with 3 runs batted in. From the windup, Rooker fires, and Mercer looks out, no bridge. Didn't want to hit him, of course. Not with the bases loaded, the crowd is booing. Ducks down and let that breaking ball go right over his back. Then Floyd and Mufordro reporting, and we hope you're enjoying it. 2-0 Pittsburgh. You're not enjoying that if you're a Cubs fan. But the Cubs here in the bottom of the first inning have a golden opportunity. 2 opposite field singles and then a hit batsman. Bobby Mercer. in the batter's box against Rooker, who delivers. And he misses low with a fastball, ball 2. Over outside. Somewhere in between those two pitches to Mercer, there is a strike zone. Walker deep for Mercer in right field. Here's the pitch. Looked out, he swings, and he gets under a fastball and hits it high down the right field line and out of play. Fastball to him, and Rooker had a little extra on it. Knowing on 2-0. Mercer would be looking for that fastball, would be ready for it. He had a little extra stuff on it. Now it's 1 away. The count goes to ball 2. Strike 1 on Bobby. The big man for the Pirates. Big man for the Cubs. Left-hander against left-hander. Wind up 2-1 pitch. Misses high with a fastball. Ball 3. Strike 1. He's got to come in there or force in a run. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch to Mercer. Low, ball 4. Dean Klein comes across the plate. It is Pittsburgh 2. The Cubs 1. The bases remain loaded for Manny Trio. Mercer's credited with his 4th run batted into the year.
This is shaping up as a worry-wart game for managers. When you get into these kind of ball games, you have to have patience, sit tight, hope that your pitcher can get out of jam, make the move at the proper time in bringing in someone from the bullpen. But it's very difficult. Sometimes you go a little too far with your pitcher.
And Rooker, of course, in his second start, sure would like to go a little bit longer than he did in his first one, but he didn't get through the first inning. He's in danger of duplicating that here. Manny Trio, 1 for 3 yesterday, batting .321 for the young season. Has driven in 4 runs. The deep drive to the outfield would tie up the ball game. Pitcher, the tying one at third. Kingman at second. Mercer at first to wind up. And he takes the breaking ball and misses low. Ball 1.
Very good concentration by Trio because he's trying to get the ball in the air to prevent from hitting a double play. Rooker, who is in trouble, can grab a little bit low, but if he's out of the strike zone, he's got to throw one right down the middle.
Pickoff attempt on Kingman or Bittner at third base. And Larry, fortunately, back there in a hurry with Joe Malfitano, the coaching man down there for the Cubs, getting him back. Now the windup and the pitch to Trio. Fastball, drive into left field. Bittner tacking up on the run. Robinson makes the catch, wheels the throw into the plate. Look out, he is out. Didn't even have a chance to slide. Ed Ott took that fine throw from Robinson about 5 feet down the third base line. And Bittner was an absolute dead duck. Robinson charging in, got it on the run, had all his momentum going for him, and he fired hard and accurately. It is a double play to retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, a hit back from a walk, and 2 men left on the bases, and at the end of 1 at Wrigley Field, Pittsburgh leads 2-1.
What is it?
The hash brown pie, hash brown.
Some people don't know McDonald's hash brown when they see
Your breakfast major.
egg scrambled fresh,
Fresh scrambled eggs.
sausage, pork.
Pure pork sausage.
I don't know how a guy could be thrown out much further to play, but Bittner good there, Lou.
No, but the ball was hit well on the line of Alfitano. Seeing Robinson charge in for the ball, just took a gamble. But let me tell you, I can see now why Mr. Peterson, the GM of Pittsburgh, and Mr. Tanner, the skipper, would trade Oliver. That kid has done everything in left field defensively, and he's put the Pirates ahead here with a 2-run home run in the first. He looks to me like he may be an all-star, a superstar.
I tell you, he was close to being on that all-star squad last year, and he wound up having another outstanding season for the Pirates. That's Bill Robinson, languished unrecognized. They got him from Philadelphia a few years ago. Randy Sennett goes after the first pitch, and he lines it to Mercer in right field. Sennett makes the first out in the second inning. That brings up the big burly catcher, Ed Ott. He's the fellow you remember who got a no Boyd with Felix Millan last year. Went into second base. And he literally picked up Millan, slammed him. Body slam. He's a former wrestler. And Millan wound up with a broken collarbone. And this year, Felix is playing baseball in Japan. On 2 for 19 so far this year. Swing, bounces one down the first base line. Bittner has it right near the bag, unassisted put out. Just takes a quick turn into the dugout on the first base side.
You know, that has to be a record. The slam all the way, slam a fellow all the way to Japan.
It's really tough, isn't it? He weighs in at about 200. He was a linebacker in football, a baseball player, a wrestler. When he got annoyed at Felix, I guess the earth shook. Felix, of course, did not play the rest of the year for the Mets. Here is Phil Garner, the batter. Drove in a run yesterday, his second of the year. He's a 118 hitter for the season. 2 for 17. Sat out the first 2 games over at Pittsburgh, and there's a strike. Ball 1, strike 1 on Garner, right-hander. Came along to the Pirates last year with manager Chuck Tanner from the Oakland A's. 1-1 delivery. Little low, 2-1. Speaking of the Oakland A's, slim crowd, but they defeated California 2-1. Where are they in the standings today? Charlie Finley's A's are in second place. It'll be a half game behind the Kansas City Royals. And Gunner, Bucky hit enough to the butt, and there's the strike. Followed it all the way across. 2-2 on him. The Angels, 1 game out. The Sox playing in New York today, a game out. The Twins 2 away. Texas 3, Seattle 5. Seattle may not move from where they are in that Western Division, last place. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, a drive into center field. Fine coming on. Dean makes the catch. 3 up and 3 down in the second inning for the Pirates. And the Cubs come to bat in the bottom of inning number 2. It'll be Cruz, Rader, and Lapp against Jim Rooker. Pittsburgh with a 2-1 lead. Cruz been replacing Steve Olivares in the series at New York yesterday and today. Leading off, got a base hit yesterday in true trip, little right-hander, batting .214. These 3 hits in his first 14 trips to the plate for the Cubs. I want to remind you that to get them in advance, box or reserve the tickets to the next Cub home stand, May 2nd to the 7th against Los Angeles and San Francisco. Use a check or a money order to send $5.50 for box seats, $4.50 for reserve grandstand to the ticket office at Wrigley Field, Chicago, 60613. First pitch, Cruz swings and a ground ball. Garner to his left, third baseman picks it up. Thanks. He's got him. One away. Oh, stumped sharply by Rooker. Rader's a hitter, batting .200 now. He's 5 for 25 and was hitless yesterday. Those ticket orders add 50 cents per order for postage and handling, or you can pick them up in person right out here at the ballpark in Addison and Sheffield. Left-handed hitting, Dave Rader, the batter. Rooker misses high, ball 1. And if you're a holder of MasterCard or Visa, you can reserve tickets by phone calling 248-7900 and charge it. 248-7900. That'd be furnished by the Cubs. Fastball. It's in for a strike, 1-1. We had Rooker in serious trouble in the first inning. Time called. Late umpire, Jimmy West did that.
I think Rader's bat on the backswing of the catcher. Because that's an automatic time. We found that out.
Yeah, that's what happened, of course, when Steve Henderson was at bat against Rick Russell. Rick didn't go through with the pitch. He just disgustedly put the ball up in the air. There's the ball high. And he said he didn't know that time had been called because Henderson's bat had flicked Dave Rader's mitt. 2-1 pitch. Swung on at a hard grounder to the shortstop, Tavares. Bobbled it momentarily. Eyes went over to Willie Stargell, and they're 2 gone.
Let's clarify that. If it is on the backswing, time will be called. If it's on the forward swing, then it's interference by the catcher, and the batter is awarded first base.
Of course, in the case of Henderson, Russell had not yet thrown the ball when his bat made contact with Dave Rader's mitt. Dennis Wyatt was pitched to him as a ball. Here's the one. That's a strike at the knees. Dennis is a pretty good impressionist or mimic. Got a lot of confidence. Here's the delivery. He looks at another ball, a little bit low. Ball two, strike one. He knocks Frank Kruko out of the starting rotation with his excellent performances in Arizona in spring training this year. 2-1 delivery to him. High ball three. He looks down to Val Patano coaching at third. Wants to know if he can take a whack at this. Bases are empty, two gone. In the first inning, a pair of singles. They hit batsman, a walk. The walk forced in the Cubs' only run of the day, but then Manny Trio lined into what proved to be a double play. That's the strike call he was taking. Minded to Bill Robinson, who charged in, made the catch. Drew Bittner out by about 7 or 8 feet at the plate. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss to strike three, and that takes care of the second inning. Booker's first strikeout of the day. So, each team got on the board in the first inning, and at the end of two, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cubs 1.
Up here at a baseball game, sun shining, nice and warm, and be wearing a raincoat.
And walking short.
Yeah.
Roger Dreamster. When you left the studio, right, we don't have a lavalier mic here. If you want to talk, you got to talk right into this. When we point, you talk. That's what they told the camera's out there, right?
When you get to my age, you look for a lot of blood. I don't know, Rod. I was just telling Jack that you were always my boyhood idol when I was in school, aren't you, Larry? Here's a dime. We were in school together.
Mark put Clasper, right? Can't be any colder, right? Sit down and relax. Sit right down there by the heater, right?
Well, he's on vacation anyhow, isn't he? He's on vacation. I'll sit off.
All right, Lou, let's go to work.
The Pirates lead 2-1. Lamp first pitch to Rooker. Strike called. And he's better than average hitter. As pitcher stepping over the batter's box. Yes, the swing at that. Next pitch is a curveball low outside. A 2-run home run by Robinson in the top of the first inning. Cubs came back to score one. It's 2-1 Pirates. There's the curveball for a strike. Let me tell you, I like this rookie, if you want to call him a rookie, a new umpire, Jimmy Webb. Did a fine job on the bases yesterday. Here's an attempt at front, but it's bunted foul. And he's out on strike. Running on with a 2-strike count, and bunts it foul. Trying to surprise everybody. Of course, today, those bats, the handles will have these in the handles. A lot of fellows that really haven't had too much batting practice, and if they don't wear the golf gloves, they'll be careful with their swing. Get hit on the fist today, and those bees will start biting you for 2 or 3 innings. First pitch is to Tavares is fouled back to the screen. Cruz in the bag at third. If you say that the Cubs have had success against the Pirates, it's been keeping Tavares and Marino off the base path. They are the speedsters. The pitch, line drive, left field. Kingman moving to his right quickly. He's there. Gloves it one-handed, making sure of that ball into his glove. He grabbed it one-handed. Because after Tavares and Marino, you have Parker, Robinson, Stargell, and Stinnett. That's the meat of the order. 2 out. Here's Marino. And if you recall yesterday, the Cubs doubled up this fellow. He was only doubled up 4 times last year. That's great handling of that baseball between the Jesus and Trio. A foul into the Pirates bullpen. Man that hits number 1 or number 2 and only gets doubled up for 162 games or even 150 games 4 times is a great value to a ball club to keep the inning alive. Lamp comes right in there with a called strike. Two-strike pitch. He wasted it into the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cruz at third on Tavares, and talking to Steve prior to the game, he thinks a day or 2 more and he'll be ready. Leg is still bothering him. Curveball missing the outside corner. It's 2-2. De Jesus at short, trio at second. Bittner at first in place of the injured Buckner. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He gets it. Before we close out this inning, let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
The Mike Miles Show, tomorrow following Cubs baseball on WGN Radio Chicago.
Now for the Pirates in the 3rd inning, no runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. Lamp has retired 7 straight Pirates since the home run by Robinson. Cubs come to bat. Pittsburgh 2, Cubs 1.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Hi, Bob. It's Kathy Roller.
Oh, hi, Kathy. Still entering those advertising contests?
Just listen to my latest entry.
Okay.
Why are Ajax going out best? Because they're better than the others.
How many of you won, Kathy?
None altogether, and I have to pay for so much postage I can't pay all my bills.
Ooh, we need a consolidation loan.
My bills are piling very high. They almost reach onto the ceiling.
Well, we can turn them all into one easy monthly
Oh,
payment.
joy and wonder is
Kathy,
my...
next entry, try to make things rhyme.
Oh, there's a thought.
Well,
Like this, when you call Bob, he's very friendly to help you out over backward Bentley.
that's better.
Thanks,
You
Bob.
can always get a little help from a friend at General Finance.
Fans are at 70 General Finance Chicago area offices. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $10,000. Call Andover 3-2020. And remember, they also have an office out in lovely McHenry, Illinois. General Finance. Well, we just had a phone call from Mo Drabowski.
Is that right?
Great pitcher, of course. Early in his career with the Cubs in Baltimore. And he says, Cubs playing Pittsburgh in the 1950s at Old Forbes Field. Of course, they had big center field. And he said, same incident we were talking about San Diego, catch made deep in center field, and Bob Wills scored from second base.
And they had
After the catch.
deep center field in there.
Oh, yeah. It went for 2.5 miles.
I think somebody also scored from second base on a sacrifice fly in Cleveland before the fence was put in by Mr. Beck.
Wasn't you?
No, I got as far as 6 feet off, then decided to go back. The wind was against me. Here's De Jesus leading off, 3rd inning. Let up, outside. Now the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rooker into the windup. The pitch, curveball, and that one exploded at the plate. And De Jesus missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Both pitchers now seem to be relaxed and pitching the game that both managers had thought they would after the 1st inning when all the runs were scored. De Jesus poked that ball at the center field for a base hit. Swing at that ball. He just made contact. And when you can make contact like that, you continue with success. And that's one of the reasons that De Jesus now hitting about 369 in this short season. Here's Klein, who's single to right. Tying run at first base. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Klein is a very good hit-and-run man. This is one of the reasons he's hitting in the 2nd spot. So, we'll keep an eye on De Jesus for you. Rooker set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Double play ball at Tavares. He goes to center. Throws a fly. The ball is in right field. Up jumps De Jesus. Here's Parker. Throw at 3rd. Cut off. Tavares did not set himself after he fielded the ball. He threw on the run. And when you throw on the run, you have no accuracy whatsoever. This is why you marvel, or I marvel, at a third baseman on a swinging bunt that comes in to field the ball barehanded and on the run successfully makes the play at first. A very difficult play, and it's an error on Tavares. It puts De Jesus on 3rd on by the southpaw. Swing of the base hit to right field. Hector to tie up this ball game. There goes Klein to third. He's in there safely. Sitter pulling that ball in a hole at first. In the first inning, he went to left field. That's the type of hitter he has become. He'll pull that ball when he wants to, and he'll hit that ball to the opposite field when he wants to. Dave was hit by a curveball. First time at bat. Rooker set. The pitch. Swing and a miss on that outside fastball. Strike one. And the crowd oohs for this fellow swing. Because if they ever connect, it'll be a mile high, and it might be 2 miles out of the ballpark. Keeson warming up for the Pirates. One strike pitch by Rooker. Fastball swing, a fly ball to short center field. In comes Marino. It's shallow. Klein tagging up. I doubt whether he'll try to score. No, he tags up and then goes back because it was a very shallow fly ball to center field that Marino scampered under the tape. The runners stay at their respective bases. Klein's at third, Sitter at first. Now let's see if Bobby Mercer can pick up Kingman, his teammate, with one out here, the man on third to drive in that run. 2-2 ball game. Bottom of the third inning. Rooker has pitched about a 7-inning game already. The pitch, low outside, ball one. Mercer walked in the first inning and forced in the only Cub run thus far, except the one scored here to tie it up when Sitter singled into right field. There's the pitch, high outside, ball two. Pirates infield playing for a double play. Gardner, the third baseman, may make the play at the plate if it's a one-hopper to him at third. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, taken by Mercer. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bittner with a short lead at first. Kleins is off third. 2-1 pitch to Mercer. Low ball 3. He's being Timothy. He's making Rooker get that ball where he wants it so he can make contact. Now, with 3-1 to count, Stargell holding Bittner on at first base. We'll see if Bittner moves. Rooker has his sign from on. He's into the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a base hit. First base line. The next to base. Kleins will score. Parker has the ball, but holds Mercer to a single. Very fine fielding by Parker. Bittner advances to third. So Mercer has put the Cubs out in front, 3-2. That's his 5th Wrigley of the season, 2 today. Now, hot, of course, is called time. We'll go out to talk to Rooker. Cubs have 3 runs, 5 hits. Pirates 2 runs, 1 hit. A 2-run home run by Robinson in the first inning. Now, Bittner's on third. Mercer's on first. And Trio, the hitter. It was Trio who lined into a double play. When he hit the ball well to Robinson and left, but Robinson throws the plate, double up, Bittner. Pirates still hoping for a double play. Here's the first pitch. Popped up. Over the second baseman's head. Chin is fair. Cages eyes from the front with the glove, makes the catch. He kept that ball in front of him all the way. So Trio could not drive that ball to the outfield. 2 outs, it's going to be up to Hector Cruz. I'm not going to mess around with 80 or Heidi. I talked with him in the clubhouse. I said, now, which do you prefer? He said, let's make it easy on everybody. Just call me Hector. So that's what I'm going to do. Call him Hector. I'll call him something else if he don't get a base hit. First pitch by Rooker. Curveball high. Ball 1. White Sox lead the Yankees 1-0 at the end of 3. Boston pouring it on Texas 6-1 at the end of 2.5. Rooker, ball 1, pitch 2. Hector swings and fouls that ball back. Let me tell you, he doesn't get caught short on his swing. 2 outs, runners on first and third. 2 runs in, Cubs lead 3-2. Cubs and the Pirates are all evened up in their first 4 games that they played against one another, each with 2 victories. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a base. Oh, I'm sorry. Sennett has it behind second. He hit the ball well, but Sennett was playing him behind second for the out. I was hoping I would see a base hit. In the 3rd inning for the Cubs. 2 runs. 3 hits. And 1 error in the inning. And 2 men left on the base. At the end of 3, Cubs 3, Pittsburgh 2. This is in the 4th inning. He will face Parker, Robinson, and Stargell. He has a 1-run lead. In the 1st inning, Parker walked and scored a hit of Robinson's 2nd home run of the year. 3 hits. And 1 error in the inning. And 2 men left on the base. At the end of 3, Cubs 3, Pittsburgh 2. This is in the 4th inning. He will face Parker, Robinson, and Stargell. He has a 1-run lead. In the 1st inning, Parker walked and scored a hit of Robinson's 2nd home run of the year to give the Pirates a 2-0 lead. Cubs came back in the 1st to score 1 run and had the tying run thrown out at the plate on the end of a double play, a line drive to Robinson off of Crio's bat. No score in the 2nd inning with both pitchers settled down. Pirates did not score in the top of the 3rd, but the Cubs came back to score 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. 3-2 Cubs. First pitch by Lance. Low sinker, ball 1. Lance, at this time from Raider. Here's the pitch inside, ball 2. Pitching very careful to Dave Parker. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a foul onto the screen. So now the count is ball 2, strike 1. Lamb looking in, has a sign, goes into the windup, the kick, the pitch, a let up. And Parker stays back on that ball and lanes it past to Jesus into left field for a base hit. So Parker opens up the 4th inning for the Pirates with their 2nd hit off Dennis Lamb. Here's the man who got the 1st hit, a 2-run home run in the 1st inning. Pitcher holding Parker on at first base. He represents the tying run. Go to first. Parker gets back safely. Now time is called. Robinson wants to get the rosin bag. Let us remind you folks that Jacket Giveaway Weekend is on May 6th and 7th. The first 15,000 youngsters aged 13 and under to enter the ballpark will each receive a free Cup Windbreaker type jacket. Jackets are a heavy blue vinyl and sport with a Cub logo on the front. There's plenty of box reserve seats are still available for Jacket Giveaway Weekend, May 6th and 7th. That's each furnished by the Chicago Cubs. First pitch to Robinson. Swinging a little fly ball back at shortstop. The Jesus going out. It's stopping quickly. In comes Klein. He bumped it on the end of his fingertip for the out. It looks as if that ball might be a Texas leaguer. But Klein's coming in very fast. Makes the catch. Now here's Stargell at bat. Popped out to Raider to close out the 1st inning. Parker's back as Rader points over to first to keep an eye on Parker. Hold him close. The stretch by Dennis. Keeps an eye on Parker. Here's the pitch. Right call, a good fastball right down the middle. Parker is very fast. Leads off first. He represents the tying run for the Pirates. Throw to first. Once again, it gets away from Bittner. There goes Parker towards second. Bittner's throw to DeJesus. Too late. Bittner took that throw. Looked like that ball might have moved or was sinking because he sort of went after that ball very awkwardly. And it went off of his glove. In fact, he sort of bounced at it. It's an error on Bittner. The throw was not that bad. And Parker now is on second base for the tying run. Stargell, with a count of strike one. I tell you, he's mean even when he levels that bat over the plate. He scares you. The strike one pitch by Lamb. On its way. Low into the dirt, taken nicely by Rader. 1-1 to come. Lamb is in trouble and he knows it. He wants to get out of this inning. He has one out. Here's a fake pickoff play at second base as Dennis turned to throw but held on to the baseball. Jesus wasn't near second base. Lamp once again has a sign into the stretch. Here's the pitch. Stargell takes into the dirt. He's thrown a sinker to Stargell, but he's not starting it high enough. He's starting it around the knees and consequently is sinking into the dirt. So Rader, knowing this, going out to talk with him to start that sinker up a little higher. Rader blocked two of his pitches that were in the dirt. 3-2 Cubs, but we've had a lot of action here already in 3 1/3 innings. Lamp has a sign. Ball 2, strike 1 to Parker. Or to Stargell, I should say. Here's the pitch inside into the dirt. Rader makes another fantastic catch. 3-1 now to Stargell. Lamp stretches that right arm a trifle. Now he has his sign. He looks back at Parker leading off second base. The 3-1 pitch is low outside, ball 4. Didn't look as if Lamp wanted any part of Stargell. That's the second walk issued by Lamp, and it brings to the plate Bennett. Bennett lined out to Mercer, his first time at bat, in the second inning. Taking a little time. Now we're going to get action in the Cubs bullpen by Kruko. Starts throwing. The pitch to Bennett. Low outside, ball 1. He's dropping his arm on that sinker. And Mike Roy, pitching coach, is going to come out and have a chat with Dennis. He's not up and over with it. He's sort of side-arming it, short-arming it, and that ball is low into the dirt. Rader's done a very fine job in catching. So Mike Roy, pitching coach, and a good one for the Cubs, who's been with these youngsters for a number of years as he managed in the minor leagues, out talking to his protege, Lamp. If any credit should be given to the outstanding pitching that the Cubs have had, not only to each individual who is pitching, of course, but to the coach, Mike Roy, who's done an outstanding job. Now Lamp is ready. The pitch, swinging him in. A good fastball. Didn't mess around with any sinker then. He just fired that ball right past Bennett. 1-1 to count, 1 out. The Cubs need a double play. The pitch, inside. missing the corner. It's back centered away from the plate, and now it's ball 2, strike 1. Dennis, right-handed hitter. Cuts the infield, set for a double play. The pitch. Swing of the ground ball past third. It's a foul ball. Oh, let me tell you, that ball was very close of hitting that bag, but fully the umpire was right there and turns and calls it a foul ball. Dennis went after a low pitch and it just missed third base. So the count now 2-2 to Dennis. Strikeout would look good here. Double play would look better, but got to get out of this inning. Lamp ready. Here's the pitch. Curveball almost hits him. Didn't break at all. And now the count runs to 3-2. Lamp looks in, gets aside, looks back at Parker. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul, and the base runners were not moving. They were not moving on that particular pitch. And Stinnett fouled it back to the screen. Now we'll see if Tanner has them moving on this pitch. 1 out. Parker at second, Stargell at first. The stretch. There they go. Here's the pitch. It's swinging a little chopper. And it's off of the glove of Lamp. Everybody is safe. I doubt whether he could have made the play. As the runners were off with that pitch. And it's a base hit for Stinnett. That loads them up for Ott. Parker is now at third base. Stargell at second. Stinnett at first. 1 out. Ott the hitter. He grounded to Bittner at first in the second inning. The Cubs are in trouble. The stretch by Lamp. First pitch to Ott. He swings at the ground ball, base hit in the center field. Parker will score. Here comes Stargell around, and here's Mine throws the plate. It is just off target, and Stargell scores as Rader has to go up the third base line to glove that ball. So Ott going after the first pitch. Singles to center field, and that will be all for Dennis Lamp as Herman Frank walking very slowly to the mound. The ball was hit well. Creel had no opportunity at all to field the ball. So with Pittsburgh now leading the Cubs 4-3, runners on first and second, still 1 out. Gardner, the hitter. Kruko is called in from the bullpen, so while he's taking his warm-up pitches, let's pause for this message. Kruko will face Gardner, 8th hitter in the Tanner's lineup today, and then Rooker. A seesaw battle right here at Wrigley Field. Pirates taking the lead in the first inning with 2 runs. Cubs coming back in the bottom of the third, scoring 2 with the one in the first to take a 3-2 lead. And now in the fourth inning, the Pirates have come back to score 2 more runs off Lamp. They lead 4-3. They still have runners on first and second, 1 out. Kruko in relief. This is the chance he's been waiting for. First pitch to Gardner. Outside. Ball 1. A slider. Kruko checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Foul. At third. So the count now is 1-1. Kruko in relief. This is his second game. He's only pitched 2/3 of an inning. 1-1 pitch. Low, just below the knees, and ball 2, strike 1. Stinnett is at second base. Ott is at first. 2, strike 1 pitch by Kruko. There's a good slider, and it's a strike call. 2-2 to count on Gardner. Tanner with a good lead at second base. Cubs aren't paying any attention to him. The pitch on the way, swing a line drive, base hit, left center. In comes Tanner. Kingman gets the ball on one hop, throws it to second. Gardner changes his mind and returns to first base. But it was a line drive into left center, driving in Stinnett with the third run of the inning. It's now 5-3 Pirates, and Rooker, the hitter, charged that run to Lamp. Lamp, of course, is responsible for Ott, who is on third. And now Tanner comes all the way up from the dugout, has his arms on Rooker's shoulder and talking to him. Just like a father would talk to his son. Get the run in, good kid. That's what Tanner's saying to him. And be alive for a squeeze, be alive for anything, but hit the ball someplace to score the run. Tanner now jogs back to the dugout. Rooker struck out in the third inning. Kruko set, checks the runners, throws the first. Gardner dives back safely. Now it's Cruz is in shallow at third, just in case Rooker tries to push that ball down third base. Here's the pitch, going to squeeze, but he fouls the ball off of the hand of Rader, or off the leg. Strike one. It was a safety squeeze. Ott did not move from third base. In other words, he waits until that ball hits the bat and gets past the pitcher before he breaks to the plate. The infield has to be playing back for a double play. So that's the reason Tanner wants one more run. Yeah, Kruko throws at first base once again. But Gardner is not far off the first base and gets back safely. Now the stretch. The strike one pitch. Pitch out. Rader ready to fire, but there's no action on the bases, so he holds the ball. 1-1 to count. Pirates have come up with 3 runs. In the fourth inning, they now lead 5-3. Kruko taking a little time. Rooker taking a little time at the plate. Now we're set. The 1-1 strike pitch. He's going to bunt. It's far inside, and he jumps back away from it, so now the count is 2-1. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio, Chicago.
Throw to first. Gardner dives back safely. Pirates will be here tomorrow afternoon to close out their first visit of the season to Wrigley Field. Here's the pitch down to Rooker. He's going to bunt the ball. He pushes it down to Bittner. Bittner has the play at the plate. The throw in time. He's a dead shot. Throw to second base. The Jesus is off the bag. He's far in front of the bag, so he makes no tag on Gardner. But Bittner came in. The ball was hit too sharply as Bittner made the play to Rader to knock off Ott, trying to score on the squeeze. So credit Rooker with a fielder's choice. That's all. Ott is out. Bittner to Rader. Now with 2 out, Kruko has to get rid of Tavares, the 8th man to bat here in the 4th inning for the Pirates. Kruko in relief of Lamp, who went 3 1/3 innings today. Gave up 5 runs and 4 hits. Tavares swings, ground ball foul. Let me tell you, they're aiming at that third baseline. But fortunately for the Cubs, all the baseballs have been in foul territory. 2 out. Kruko looks in, gets a sign. Tavares 0 for 2 thus far today. The pitch. curveball, and he swings and misses. That ball broke sharply outside. 2 strikes now. Let's see how Krukow handles Tavares with a count of 0-2. Cubs are trailing by 2, and Pirates still have runners on first and second. The pitch, curveball, and he just tipped that one foul against the screen. Taking a little time. This could be a very important relief job for Krukow to regain that starting spot. Swing a ground ball through sides and past him into left field. In comes Gardner with a run. Kingman throws the ball to third. So with the count of 0-2, Krukow came in the strike zone with that curveball, and Tavares singles to left to drive in his 5th RBI of the season. Gardner scores the 4th run of the inning. It's now 6-3 Pirates. Here's Marino, the 9th man to bat in this inning. Strike called. Oh, I'm sorry. Ball high over the outside of the plate. Rooker at second base now, and Tavares is on first. There's one outside for ball 2. Paul Russell now warming up for the Cubs. Krukow set. Checks Rooker at second. And here's the pitch to Marino. There's a strike called. He nipped the outside corner with that one. Pirates have 6 runs on 6 hits. Cubs 3 runs on 5 hits. There's a foul out of play. Two to count. Marino, very fast, left-handed hitter. Krukow steps. Here's the pitch. Slow curveball into the dirt. Full count now on Marino. 3-2. And Parker 2 up next. Three and two out. Cubs will pay no attention to the base runners. They're playing deep. They want to get the third out. Krukow has a sign. Here's the ball, 3 strike 2 pitch. Marino swings. It's a ground ball at Friel's left. Off of the tips of his glove. He has it. Throws the first too late. The speed of Marino beats it out. It's a base hit. So the bases are loaded for Parker. Trio just missed, making a very fine defensive play. He reached out, and the ball just tipped his fingertip. It landed right there at his feet. He picked it up and threw the pitcher. But Marino beat it out for a base hit. 3 hits off Krukow. And here is the toughie. Dave Parker at bat. Second time in the inning. He led off this inning. Krukow set. The pitch. Fastball low. Ball 1. Russell is ready in the bullpen as he's watching the action. The ball 1 pitch to Dave Parker. Let up high. Ball 2 to Dave. Bases are loaded. Krukow set. He delivers. Parker takes low, ball 3. 3-0. He may be going after this one. We'll find out in about 5 seconds. Here's the stretch. Here's the pitch. Parker swings and fouls it out of play. He was a little late on that one, but he had a tremendous swing. And fortunately, he fouled it back out of play. Well, if he went after the 3-0 pitch, you know if he likes this pitch, he's got the green light. 3-1 pitch. He takes outside, ball 4. Walker walk. He's centered with an RBI. And that is only his second RBI of the season. And out comes Herman Frank from the bullpen, and he's called in Paul Russell. So while Paul takes his warm-up, let's listen to this message. Paul Russell taking his warm-up tosses, and he'll face Robinson with the bases loaded. 5 runs in. Pirates 7, Cubs 3. Paul Russell, this is his second game. He only pitched 1/3 of an inning. Here's Robinson, a home run, 2-run shot. In the first, he popped out to Kleins in short center in the 4th inning. This is his second time at bat in this inning. First pitch by the tall right-hander, inside and high, ball 1. Tavares is on third, Marino at second, Parker at third. Swing, and there's one hit deep to left field. Kingman going back, near the wall, looks up and gives it goodbye. A grand slammer for Robinson. 4-4 tally. It's a 9-run inning for the Pirates. The score, Pittsburgh 11, Cubs 3. We still have 2 outs. So Robinson, with 4 quick RBIs, adding on to the 2 in the first inning, has driven in 6 runs today. Robinson in 1977 hit 2 Grand Slam home runs. So that is his 4th career Grand Slam home run. Ball 2, strike 1 to Sargent. Russell into the windup. Here's the pitch. High. 3-1 to Sargent. Sargent is the 12th man to bat in this inning. Now, that's not fair. Well, it's fair. There's ball 4. Sargent has walked twice in the inning. Bennett at bat. Infield hit. Off of the glove of Lamb to load up the bases. His first time at bat in this inning. The pitch. Curveball outside, ball 1. The pitch. Swing a ground ball to Cruz. He has it. Forces Sargent at second base. The Cubs are out of the inning. Not before the Pirates sent 13 men to the plate. And the important blow was a grand slammer, his 4th of the season by Robinson. In the inning, 9 runs. Wait till I add up the hits. 7 hits. Nobody left on base. Robinson started out. So with the Cubs coming to bat in the 4th inning, it's Pittsburgh 11, the Cubs 3. Well, let's see if we can get back into this ball game. It's still early. And it's a very steep hill to climb. 11-3. The Cubs almost have having Rooker on the hook early this ball game. Tanner came close to taking him out. Now, he's enjoying an 11-3 lead. And here's Raider at bat. Rooker is allowed to come 3 runs on 5 hits. Raider grounded to the shortstop to this. First time at bat. He takes a high fastball, ball 1. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball in the left center. Marino is there, flips the glasses down, backs up a few strides, takes the catch. Russell is going to bat for himself. So Russell is going to have to work. Well, Russell steps in the batter's box. First pitch by Rooker is outside and low, ball 1. We're in the 4th inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to count. Rooker's ready. Here's the wind-up and pitch. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. Pirates breaking this game wide open on top of this inning. Here's a foul off the glove of the catcher out. Goes back out of the screen. Scoring 9 runs with Robinson's 2nd home run of the day. A grand slammer. His 4th career home run. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch on its way. Low inside, ball 2. White Sox and the Yankees are tied 1-1 at the end of 4.5. Boston pouring it on Texas. 8-3 at the end of 5. Ground ball to Gardner's left. Gloves it. Fires the first. 2 out. Baltimore. Has found their hitting eye. It's Baltimore 7, Milwaukee nothing at the end of 5.5. And Seattle has just hit Minnesota with 5 runs. So everybody's scoring runs in bunches today. With Seattle 5, Minnesota 3 at the end of 4.5. Detroit 4, Toronto 3 at the end of 7. Swinging a ground ball to Gardner's left. He gloves it. There's the first. 3 out. Oh, that's to try somebody else. So in the 4th inning, comes it out 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 4, it's Pittsburgh 11, the Chicago Cubs 3. 11-3, and the Pirates come to bat again. They ought to be weary. And Ott singled in a pair of runs in that 4th inning to give them the lead of 4-3. Is going to be leading off here against Paul Russell as we go into the 5th inning. A very fine earned run average of the Cub pitching staff going into this game is going to soar skyward. Left-hander takes the first pitch of ball. Wind up that ball. There's a swing and a miss. Ball that tips sharply. Days like this didn't look for it to happen quite so quickly. Ball 1, strike 1 count. And this pitch swung on him, fouled out of the middle rigger, dropped behind the umpire. 1-2 count. Mario Mendoza limbered up a little bit down the right field line for the Pirates. Probably come into play in the infield. 1-2 pitch. On, he drills it down the right field line. It curves and goes foul off the foam rubber padding against the wall down that right field line. Out in front of that one. Pirates, we noted earlier today, come in with a very anemic batting average for this young season. And they're much better for hitting ball club than they had shown in their first 7 outings. Today they've exploded. Fastball.
Misses inside. Ball 2, strike 2. Bill Robinson started today with 3 runs batted in. Now has 9 for the season. 2-2 pitch. High. Ball 3, strike 2. Wind up from the full count. Goes after it. Lashes one down the left field line. Foul. It'll hit the Twins with 5 runs over in the American League to take a 5-3 lead in that ball game. And Baltimore hits Milwaukee with a 5 spot. There's the pitch high with a fastball. Second walk issued by Paul Russell. First man he faced, Bill Robinson, when he came out of relief, hit a grand slam home run. Bill Garner. He singled in a run in that 4th inning. He was the first man to face Spike Kruko. He swung down to Bittner. Up with it over to Jesus to relay. A little high, but Bittner stabs it and keeps the foot in the bag for a double play. Every little bit helps. Pitch was away from him, and he was a little late going after it. Bittner had just a momentary problem taking the ball out of his mitt down there at first base. Jesus drove out of the way as he fired high to Bittner. Reach as high as he could to get that one in the webbing of that first baseman's mitt. Now in the batter's box, the right-handed hitting pitcher, Jim Rooker. Tried to squeeze in a run in that 4th inning. He was unsuccessful at that. They made the play at the plate. But he reached in the fielder's choice, and he eventually scored on Parker's base hit. Takes the ball. There's the swing, and he slaps a very high pop-up. Manny Trio on the outfield grass has it. And the Pirates in the 5th inning go down with no damage done. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. The Cubs come to bat at Wrigley Field. It'll be Klein, Bittner, and Kingman with the score. Pirates 11 and the Cubs 3. Mendoza playing at second base now, replacing Rennie Stennett. See if the Cubs can get something going. Jim Rooker on the ropes. Back in the 1st inning of the ball game. Cubs managed only 1 run off of him, however, with a couple of singles, a hit batsman, and a walk. Momentary lead with a pair of runs off the left-hander in the 3rd inning. But he put the Cubs down in order in the 4th. Now Klein, who has scored 2 of the Cub runs today, steps into the batter's box. He has singled and reached on the fielder's choice. Here's the pitch. Takes the ball, but this is a little bit low. Baltimore. Maybe Milwaukee right now. So it's reported 5 runs for the Orioles initially. Now, come up with 4 for them in that 5th inning instead of 5, but we'll wait and see. In any case, they're leading. Baltimore has 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses. 3-0. 9 runs here for the Pirates in 1 inning. As a strike call that he was taking all the way. Working. 3-1 pitch to Klein. This is low for ball 4. And the Cubs have the leadoff man on. Second walk of the ball game by Rooker. And the hitter now, Larry Bittner, who is 2 for 2 with a run batted in today. And remembering his home run his last time at bat yesterday in the 9th inning to win it, he has 3 successive base hits off Pirate pitching. Let's see if he can make it 4. St. Louis, Keith Hernandez homered for the Cardinals off Larry Christensen in Philadelphia. First pitch, a swing, and he got a foul ball back of the catcher, and he lost his batting helmet and made a nice catch on it. Hernandez shot, his second of the year, came in the sixth with the bases empty. They played a couple of tough ball games down there, those two clubs. Looking from the stretch, and a ball missing. Ball one, strike one on Larry Bittner. Levels the bat as Rooker into the stretch, not holding Klein's on, delivers. Was after a high pitch, and he pops it foul on the third base side. It's going to be a play on the ball. Garner reaches over, sets with one-handed just before he gets to the pitch wall. Klein gets back to first. Klein gets back at the ball game down there, those two clubs. Rooker from the stretch, and a ball missing. Ball one, strike one on Larry Bittner. Levels the bat as Rooker into the stretch, not holding Klein's on, delivers. Was after a high pitch, and he pops it foul on the third base side. It's going to be a play on the ball. Garner reaches over, sets with one-handed just before he gets to the pitch wall. Klein gets back to first base, and there's one away in the fifth inning for Dave Kingman. Hit by a pitch in the left arm to load up the bases in the first inning. Slide to center field in the third. With 5 hits for the day. There's the ball a little bit high. Rooker delivers. That misses outside to the fastball. 2-0. Delivery swung on. Ground ball to third base. It's right under his hand. Flies around second, spinning to third, and he'll go in standing. Garner charging in was hopeful of starting a double play with that one. But he came up only with air. He charged at the second pirate error of the ball game, and the Cubs have runners at first and third. Bobby Mercer stepping in. Spot to drill one out of here. He has walked with the bases loaded and singled and driven in a run. He has 2 RBIs for the day and officially is 1 for 1. Here's the stretch by Rooker. He goes after a high pitch and fouls it in front of Cookie Rojas, working at first base for a strike. The Cubs with 5, and the Pirates leading 11-3. There's one very high. One-handed catch made by Eddie Ott. Detroit carrying a 4-3 lead at the end of 8. Up at Toronto this afternoon. Rodriguez and LaFleur have over. 1-1 pitch. Swung on. He fouls one down the left field line. Little late going after the fastball. Leading Texas 8-4. Bottom of the 6th inning at Fenway Park. 4 homers have been hit there already today. 1-2 delivery with one out. Misses low. Ball 2 strike 2. Let's pause for station identification. That's the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
The Mike Miles Show tomorrow following Cubs baseball on WGN Radio Chicago.
Get over, Bobby. 2-2 delivery with 2 men on. Swung on at a high fly ball to the right fielder, charging in, the second baseman going out, and it is collared by Mendoza in shallow right field, a little pop-up. Wind coming in from right field, kept blowing it back into the infield. Here is Manny Trio. Klein double play in the first inning when he hit one out to Robinson with the bases jammed. It was caught by Robinson on the dead run coming in. Bittner tried to score from third, and he was a dead duck by about 10 feet. And he popped up in the third, 2 gone, runners still at first and third. And it's still the Pirates out in front, 11-3, and Rooker wants to talk to his battery mate for a moment. At the end of 6, leading Montreal 2-0. Now we're ready. It's a swing and a slap foul. Goes back on the line of the plate in first base. Advance scout for the Montreal Expos is a former Cub manager, Whitey Lockman. He's here taking this one in today. There's a curve, blowing inside, ball 1, strike 1. Western. Manny Cement for a while. Also here is an advanced scout for Atlanta. Have to be down in Atlanta after this next homestand. Ball missing away. Ball 2, strike 1. Runners at first and third with 2 away. Rooker's pitch. Backs 3 away with the fastball. 3-1. Tried to jam him with it. Hitting hero for the Pirates, Bill Robinson. 2-run homer, his first time at bat, and then a grand slam home run. 3-1 pitch coming up to Trio on its way. He's taking ball 4 to load him up. 2 walks and an error in this inning. Second time the Cubs have had the bases loaded. Up to Hector Cruz now to take advantage of this opportunity. Former Pirate Al Oliver is homered in the Texas Ranger game today. First pitch, he takes the ball low and away. Bruce Keeson now trots down to the Pirate bullpen, and the slender right-hander starts to warm up. Cruz looking for his first RBI for the Chicago Cubs, grounded out twice today. Bases jammed with 2 gone. In the 5th. Here's the pitch. Low. Ball 2. Rooker taking the ball low and away. Bruce Keeson now drops down to the Pirate bullpen, and the slender right-hander starts to warm up. Cruz looking for his first RBI for the Chicago Cubs, grounded out twice today. Bases jammed with 2 gone. In the 5th. Here's the pitch. Low. Ball 2. Rooker digging his little grave for himself out there. Lefty delivered. Fastball. Cruz takes it. A strike called at the knees. Strike 1. 2 away, 2-1 pitch. Swung on, he chopped the ground ball. Charging in, Mendoza. Second baseman flips it through. Too late. A run scores as Mendoza in at second base. Charged in for that chopper. And he just couldn't find the handle on the ball in time. He's charged with an error. It is now 11-4 in favor of Pittsburgh. The bases are still loaded for Dave Rader. No run batted in for Hector on that one. Kingman now over at third base. Three at second, Cruz at first, and Rader. Left-hander takes it's a strike call away from him. He is 0 for 2. This afternoon. It was yesterday in 3 trips. Come on, Dave, get a hold of one. 0-1 delivery. Swung out, a drive down the left field line, but it is foul into the box seat. So Rader in the hole. Nothing to do on him. about any more damage being done. Been 2 errors, and he has issued 2 walks. 0-2 pitch. Swung out, a drive, base hit into the left center field. Jacob Story, Creel coming to the plate. No play on him. The Cubs close the gap a little bit. It's now the Pittsburgh Pirates 11 and the Chicago Cubs 6. For Dave Rader, his first run batted in a Cub uniform. And he was in the hole. Rooker had him 0-2. First hit of the inning. Don't go away. Steve Ottever, who has missed the series in New York and missed yesterday's game, and missed starting today because he still has an aching back from a muscle spasm, is going to pinch hit for Russell. With Cub runners at first and second base. Larry Seary, the pitching coach, going out to talk to Rucker. 17 runs have been scored here today at Wrigley Field, despite the fact the wind is blowing in. 11 of those belong to the Pirates. Ottever will bat right-handed. He is 1 for 6 as a right-hander this year. And he's looking for his first run batted into the year. Little Donnie Moore throwing in the Cub bullpen. Keeson says he's ready down in the Pirates bullpen. Ottever bending over the plate. Rooker's pitch to him. Takes the high fastball, ball 1. Cubs trying to keep it going. Rooker with 2 walks in the inning. There have been 2 infield errors behind him. 1 hit. From the stretch. Softball fires. Ottever goes after it, fouls it back out of play to level the count at 1-1 on it. Wild afternoon at Wrigley Field, the scene of many such encounters over the years. Rooker trying to get out of the jam. Looks at second, comes to the plate. Ottever goes after that one, and he hits a high foul, souvenir down the right field line. Ball 1, strike 2, and the Cubs switch hitting third baseman. An outstanding year last year, and if he can get over the miseries that have plagued him, he's had a full-time muscle in spring training, had a sore shoulder for a while, now trying to recover from muscle spasms in the back. Trying to get a base hit, 1-2 pitch, very high with a fastball, 2-2 count on him, with 2 out, 2 on. Cruz, the runner at second, Raiders, the runner at first base. Long day so far, and Rooker ready. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 pitch, Ottever swings, and he hits one down the left field line. Who's going to get it? Left fielder Robinson is under it. He's got it for the out to retire the side. The Cubs pick up 3 runs. A little bit on the cheap side. 2 walks, 2 errors, 1 hit in the inning. 2 men left on the bases. And at the end of 5 at Wrigley Field, Pittsburgh 11 and the Cubs 6. New pitcher now is Donnie Moore. Well, somebody's going to call in and say, what's Paul Russell's earned for an average now? I don't have my pocket calculator with me. We can figure it out. But it's up there. Donnie Moore is to face the top of the batting order. He gave up the pinch hit homer yesterday to Willie Stargell that gave the Pirates a momentary lead in the ballgame. Hernandez home run has enabled the Cardinals to tie the Philadelphia Phillies at 2-all at the end of 7 down at St. Louis this afternoon. And Montreal, getting back in the ball game, picked up 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. But the Mets are still leading. It is 3-2 New York. At the end of 7 of Mets encounter. Those are the only other daytime games in the National League. Pretty busy slate over in the American League, where the White Sox have taken the lead over the New York Yankees 2-1 at the end of 7. Here's Frankie Tavares. Singled, scored, drove in a run in the 4th inning. 1 for 3 for the right-hander. Johnny Moore gets his sign. The right-hander winds, and Tavares swings. Hits a ground ball to Cruz at third base. He's got it over to Bittner. 1 pitch, 1 away. That'll bring up Omar Marino. Got an infield hit in the 4th inning and scored a run. That's when they sent 13 men to the plate. 9 runs, 7 hits. 1 Cabrera. Left-hander, and he can fly. Swings, and he hits one to deep left center field. On the run is Gene Klein. Reaches up, hauls it in one-handed, and the dead run in the warning track. And holds onto the ball even though he goes up into the vine-covered wall. Nice running catch by Gene Klein. Normally, of course, with these Pittsburgh Pirates, before they dealt him to the Texas Rangers, the Cubs got him from Texas prior to last year. Bases empty, thanks to a superb running catch, and that brings up Parker. He scored 3 runs today. He has a walk, a single, another walk, driven in a run. For his first pitch, left-hander takes a strike, a good fastball. They've only out-hit the Cubs 8-6. Like a ball into the dirt, right at his feet. Parker, getting out of the way of that one, wound up way over on the other side of the plate. Ball 1, strike 1 on him. But 2 of their hits have been home runs off the bat of Bill Robinson, and the second one came with the bases loaded, a grand slammer. Moore winds, 1-1 pitch. Swung on, he hit the foul ball down the first base side. 1-2. A very fine Cub earned run average. Pitching staff going into the game. Be a little bit different tomorrow. Johnny gets his sign from Raider. Right-hander winds, and Parker picks it low in that way. Ball 2, strike 2. Detroit wound up a winner today. Tigers beat Toronto 6-1. Johnny Benz gets his side. Winds, and Parker goes after it, fouls it down the left field line, out of play. Well, the Tigers started today in second place in that American League Eastern Division, a game behind Milwaukee. Right now, the Tigers won 5, lost 2. Juju pitch. Led up, and he pulls it into right field for a base hit. Big fella drives hard around first, makes the turn, and it's a single. That keeps the 6th inning alive, and it's his second hit today. And here is Bill Robinson. Stroked a line drive home run following a walk to Parker in the first inning. That was off Dennis Lamb. When he came to bat in the 4th inning, the bases were loaded. Paul Russell was summoned from the bullpen to face him, and the big guy got a grand slam homer. First pitch. Johnny Moore misses low. Ball 1. A little fly ball into center field in the other trip to the plate today, and Klein's made a long run in to grab it. He checks, and it misses low. Ball 2. The Tigers move into a tie for first place with Milwaukee after today. 2-2 pitch. He swings, and a miss. Ball 2. strike one, and he had a tremendous cut. Veteran down his 30s, Bill Robinson. Parker, base runner at first, and Robbie, having a little trouble, steps out of the batter's box. He didn't feel quite comfortable. He's not the kind of a guy that'll do that frequently. Not like Steve Henderson of the Mets. Parker goes in the hit and run, and the pitch into the dirt, bounces away from Rader, winds up on the screen behind the plate. Hit and run was on, but the pitch was into the dirt. Ball 3, strike one, and Parker on at second base. Wild pitch guys against Johnny Moore. Rader going out to talk to the young right-hander. Runner in scoring position. Pirates with an 11-6 lead. 2 gone. They're batting in the top of the 6th. 3-1 pitch. Robinson swings, and he just a piece of it. Fouled it out of the middle, Rader. Rick Russell is slated to go against these Pirates. Took at second, and the 3-2 pitch. Hits one past the pitcher to Manny Trio. Down to Juanita Blockett, picks it up, goes to Bittner. And the Pirates in the 6th inning are retired, and Robinson this time does no damage to the Cubs. He did not have much of a cut at that one. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left-handed, and the Cubs come to bat in the bottom of inning number 6 at Wrigley Field. Still leading the Cubs by a score of 11-6. Braddock to borrow up to $10,000. Call in over 32020. Also an office in Mundelein. Bruce Keeson. Looks a little bit like relief pitcher Kent Cadolfi of these Pirates. Oh, and extremely slender. First year he came up, the Pirates won the division championship. This guy was one of the pitching heroes. He's been brought up late in the season. Pitched superbly in the playoffs and in the World Series. With the Pirates to that championship. Things have not gone too well for him in the last year or so. Finds himself in the bullpen this season. This is his 2nd appearance. First one was against the Cubs. And with the ball game tied, he yielded a home run to Bill Buckner over at Pittsburgh. That was last Sunday, and it gave the Cubs a 4-3 victory. He wound up the losing pitcher. He now faces Ivan De Jesus to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch, and Ivan takes the ball. Low and outside. Jesus singled and scored in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 3. Sidearm fastball, and he takes it, misses. Just away. Ball 2. Don Robinson, a rookie, scheduled to start here for the Pirates against Russell tomorrow. Another sidearm fastball. He has to twist out of the way. Keeson is not averse to rushing a batter back, but he was not trying to do it in that case. He's trying to find a strike zone, and he misses with that one for ball 4. 4 pitches, and De Jesus is on. That'll bring up Gene Kleins. He has a single, a walk, and he's reached in a fielder's choice. He has scored 3 runs for the Cubs so far today. See if he can get on. Keeson ready. Pitch inside. A step go to first base. De Jesus back in time. Head out. Doesn't worry at all about making those quick snap throws. And De Jesus that time, they know he's not going to steal this kind of a ball game with a score 11-6 favor of Pittsburgh. He's taken 2 or 3 quick steps with the delivery to the plate. I'd hope that he could nail him at first base before he got back in. Cubs officially today, 1 for 2. 3 for 5 in the series, a pitch. He'll pick. It's in there. Ball 1, strike 1. Vince Floyd and Lou Boudreau here with you at Wrigley Field, and Jack Minovich, our producer. Ron Cohen, the engineer today. Here's his pitch. Checks the swing at the strike out at the knees. Ball 1, strike 2. Larry Bittner in the on-deck circle. Pirates leading 11-6. Center fielder Marino, shallow. Eason ready. Lines, it's a high fly ball down the right field line coming over his Parker, and he can't get to it in time. It drops in foul territory. He has to battle not only a wind blowing the ball in from right field, but he also has to battle that tough right field sun. Lines is still alive at the count of 1 and 2. His base hit in the first inning went to right field, and he was able to score the first run of the day for the Cubs. That shaved the Pirate lead in half, and the Cubs, for a moment, led in the ball game 3-2 when they came up with a pair in the third. Looked out, fastball, and he hit the dirt, and the crowd boos. Ball 2, strike 2. Remind you that Saturday and Sunday, May 6th and 7th, is going to be jacket giveaway weekend. Cubs and the Giants will be going at it on the diamond. An opportunity to get a free baseball jacket that weekend, Sunday and Sunday. The blue 12-gauge flannel Cub emblem on the front. Here's the pitch. Hello. Hey, delayed strike call by Jimmy West, who finally pulled that trigger, indicating a strike on a pitch down around the knees, and there's one away. Here's Bittner. Singled his first 2 times up today and drove in a run with a base hit in the third. Fouled out in the 5th. To qualify for the free jacket, he must be, 1, be among the first 15,000 youngsters with fully paid admission, preacher tickets not included. 2, you have to be 13 or under. Fastball to Larry, and the left-hander takes it outside for a ball. Jacket giveaway weekend, the Cubs and the Giants. Saturday and Sunday, May 6th and 7th. Runner at first is De Jesus, and he stays there as Bittner looks at ball 2 outside. Another fastball from Keeson. Right here, but Cup gets cut back in. Bittner goes after that one, and he fouls it down the first baseline. For ticket information, by the way, make a note of the new phone number for the Cubs. For ticket information, 248-7900. That's only for ticket information. 248-7900. Bittner ready with a 2-1 count. Checks his swing, and Keeson's breaking ball is low. Ball 3, strike 1. Dave Kingman in the on-deck circle. Willie Stargell holding De Jesus on. 3-1 delivery. Outside for ball 4. The Cubs have runners at first and second, and Dave Kingman the batter. That's the second walk by Keeson in the inning. Chuck Tanner looking a little bit nervous down there in the Pirate dugout on the first base side. As King Kong takes a couple of practice cuts outside the batter's box. They have dispatched the left-hander Will Mackinnon into the Pittsburgh bullpen now. Duffy Dyer will start warming him up. Kingman has been on twice. Swing, and he rolls on the left side, counter-charging and picks it up, throws, and Kingman is out on the check swing. Runners advance to second and third. They're 2 away. Ooh, wish he could have got that bat back out of the way in time. He really didn't have a cut on it. When he reached twice today, once he was hit by a pitch, that loaded him up. Then he flied to center. Then he reached on an air and scored in the fifth inning. Now Bobby Mercer. A walk, a single, slide out to right. Driven in 2 runs with a walk and a single. From the windup, Keeson's pitch breaks inside. Ball 1. Wind up the delivery. High this time, ball 2. Keeson having trouble finding the strike zone. Mercer pulls one. He's going to have to hit a rocket shot to get it out of here. The wind coming in against the left-handed pull hitter. 2-0 pitch. He'll look at ball 3 too low. The Yankees have wrested the lead from the White Sox with a pair. Here's a pitch. Outside for ball 4. Well, talk about golden opportunities. Keeson has walked, the bases loaded. And Chuck Tanner with a nervous stomach over in the Pirate dugout. Herman Franks hoping that his second baseman, Manny Trio, can reach with a hit, a walk, an error, or something to get a run or two across. Game is not out of sight. 11-6 score Pittsburgh. Bases jammed 2 out. Wind up the pitch, and Trio takes a ball inside. Keeson having nothing but problems. They kept hoping they continue and multiply. Clean right-hander is ready. Delivers. Trio swings and a ground ball to the shortstop. He's got it over to second. Mercer going in hard, and he is still called out at second base to retire the side. And the 6th inning finds a cut without a run. No hits, 3 bases on balls, and 3 men left on. So at the end of 6 at Wrigley Field, it's still the Pittsburgh Pirates 11, the Chicago Cubs 6. Before the Pirates come to bat here in the 7th inning, let's take a moment for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
The Mike Pyle Show tomorrow following Cubs baseball on WGN Chicago.
The current all-time great. What do I mean by that? Well, he's not only a current great, but this guy, Willie Stargell, figures to be recognized for years and years to come by baseball fans for his great ability. And he's leading off against Donnie Moore. He's walked twice today and fouled out. Whirls the bat, now cocked it. The pitch looked out, came in. Thought it might have nicked him. Sadly did not. Did catch the plate umpire. Stargell adroitly getting out of the way of that one. And the ball raised his bat, came right up against the plate umpire, Jimmy West. It's a foul strike. Wind up by Moore. There's a swing and a well-hit deep drive to left center field. Klein's giving chase. Left fielder Kingman slips and falls, and the ball drops to the warning track. Klein's retrieves it, and Stargell is on at second base. That ball kept pushing the ball, or the wind rather kept pushing that ball from left center over towards left, and Kingman suddenly was down to the warning track as his spikes went out from under him, and Klein finally retrieved it. A double for Willie Stargell. Pirates have their 10th hit of the day. And Mario Mendoza stepped into the batter's box for the first time this afternoon. He had replaced Kennett. He is 0 for 1 as a hitter, right-hander. They got themselves a runner in scoring position. The stretch. And he takes a little slapping, short, choppy swing at it. It's squared away to bunt. And tried to slap at it, and he missed for a strike. Moore delivers. Mendoza looks at a strike just above the knees. Good club man, but not much of a hitter. Stargell fills out that uniform. 7-6 score. Moore's pitch to Mendoza. Low and away. Ball 1, strike 2. Two of the Pirates' hits here today are home runs. Bill Robinson authored both of them. Won a grand slammer. 1-2 pitch. Cocks one back to the pitcher. Moore whirls. Sees Stargell standing at second base. Throws to Bittner for the out on Mendoza. And it brings up Ed Ott. Walked in the 5th inning. And he was erased along with Phil Garner on a double play ball. But Ott singled and drove in 2 runs in the 4th, and they're not going to take any chances with the left-hander. They're going to put him on intentionally. Maybe they can get a double play out of it. They're going to put runners at first and second. Look out, Donnie. He almost threw that one away. He wasted it so far. He forced Raiders to do a little hop, skip, and a jump to get to it. There's the ball outside. That completes the intentional walk and brings up Phil Garner. Well, we didn't have a chance to mention it earlier, but certainly you have to sadly recognize the death of your former teammate and surely one of the great second basemen in baseball, Joe Gordon. That was a shame.
Yes, I was sorry to hear that. Joe was not only a great ball player, but he was a great gentleman. He had many, many great years with the Yankees, and when he came over to Cleveland, he was responsible for us actually winning in 1948.
Partially responsible.
Well, he did a great deal, Vince.
Yeah.
He did more off the field, let me say, to knit that ball club together. Bob Kennedy was with us, and we were talking about it at noon. That this man was just tremendous, with a great sense of humor. He knitted that ball club together, and he just ate. He would sleep, and he would talk baseball day in and day out.
Here's the swing, and a bouncing ball to DeJesus. Could get 2, but he throws it away. Last field in right field, and Stargell is going to score. Brewster way down the right field line, retrieves it. Here's another runner come to the plate. Ott scores without a play. The throw goes into third base. 2 runs tally on that one. Wanted to get a double play started and threw it wildly. 13-6 score. Runner at third with 1 away.
I don't think
Joe Gordon was a great guy to work that double play with.
Oh, he was tremendous. He was an acrobat at second base. He could do a Kissinger flip in the air behind second base and retire the hitter at first. A tremendous man and a great on the double play. He was one of the best on the double play. He had a strong arm. I don't believe that any relatives of Joe would be in our listening audience and to hear our voice, but we certainly want to send our sympathy and condolences to the Gordon family.
Joe Gordon died at the age of 63. Heart seizure. Made his home Sacramento, California. Keaton the batter. First pitch to him the ball, and there's a swing and a miss. Well, they walked in on intentionally to set up a double play, and it looked like they were going to get it. But an error by DeJesus on the throw in the general direction of second base. And it wound up down the foul territory out by the Pirate bullpen. There's a swing and a miss. Ball 1, strike 2. Infield in against Keaton. He's not a bad hitter. 1-2 pitch to him. Strike, 3 call. He thought that was going to be a breaking ball outside. Frankie Tavares, the leadoff man, steps in. Tavares singled, drove in a run, and scored in the 4th inning. And for a leadoff man, he's off to a super start. He has 5 runs batted in already. First pitch to the little guy is a ball low, and Raiders did a good job blocking it. This is not a cup day. Looks like we'll have a rubber game in the series tomorrow. There's a pitch swung on. He chops one foul. That's Joe Lynette, the third base coach. Ball 1, strike 1 on Frankie Tavares. Yankees with those 2 runs at the bottom of the 8th inning. Pulled one out again. Son of a gun. That's got to make them a little unhappy. An inside the park home run by Mickey Rivers in that 8th inning for New York. There's a swing and a tap foul right at the plate. Second fly. Game with 1 out, and that was the ball game. The Yankees winning it 3-2. Plate umpire West. Tidied up home plate with the list room. A double. The next batter grounding out, an intentional walk followed by a 2-run error, and a fastball backed him away. Oh, 2 strike 2. But in the 4th inning, Pirates, Bill Robinson hit a grand slam home run. They sent 13 men to the plate, scored 9 runs on 7 hits, and there was 1 Cub error. 2-2 delivery with 2 away. Swung on, and he fouls it back out of play. Baltimore, which had lost 5 in a row, and Milwaukee, which had won 5 in a row, have reversed directions. Orioles a winner today, 8-0 over Milwaukee. Moore's 2-2 pitch. Low ball, 3 strike 2. Get the score is 7-0 Baltimore. But Jim Palmer is a shutout author. The tap foul open the third base side. Baltimore, a good ball club. Yankees with that victory are now 3-4. The White Sox, suffering the loss, are 4-3. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, 3-0 to his right. Second baseman has it, flips the throw to Bittner. And Pittsburgh is finally retired in the 7th inning with a couple of unearned runs. 1 hit, 1 big error, and 1 man left on. 7th inning stretch at Wrigley Field. A bright, sunny, but cool day, to say the least. Pittsburgh out in front of the Chicago Cubs by a score of 13-6. The Pirates have had their fun for the series, huh? The fans are out here, all bundled up like attending one of those December football games. The television cameras are turned on them. They start wildly waving the arms and cheering. Hector Cruz is going to be leading off against Bruce Keeson. Greater obstacles have been overcome than this lead of 13-6. You well-placed hit. You walk. Maybe an error or 2 along the way. You never know. But things don't look good, I'll say that. Cruz reached down in there. He's 0 for 3 at Bickley. He pushes the ball to the first base side, and it looks like he's going to be on. He is. Beautiful. No way in the world for either Keeson or Starkle to get to it. That Mendoza made a tremendous effort, Lou. Well, Cruz caught Mendoza playing up the middle, protecting the middle. He made a beautiful push cut there. It was a base hit all the way. The Cubs are here. That's a good way to start an inning. And here's Dave Rader. Singled and drove in 2 runs in the 5th inning, his first 2 of the season for the Cubs. The left-hander takes Keeson's ball too high. That's the first hit off Keeson. He walked the bases loaded in the 6th inning. Right-hander from the strike. Rader swings, pulls the ground ball, takes it into right field. Here comes the run around second on his way to third. Parker drops the ball. He'll have no play anywhere. A single by Rader. Runners at first and third with nobody out. Steelers bullpen goes the veteran southpaw, Grant Jackson. He'll start warming up. In the Cub bullpen, young left-hander Willie Hernandez. We got the victory yesterday when Larry Fichtner hit one out of here. Is heating up. Greg Gross is going to pinch hit against Keaton. Ball game in the 7th inning at Wrigley Field. Gross 3 for 14 with a run batted in this young season. A .214 hitter. With the pinch batter, he's 1 for 1. Up to 8 hits, the Pirates with 10. Bill Robinson, their left fielder, a 2-run homer in the first inning off Dennis Lamp. And then when Paul Russell came on in relief later in the ball game, with the bases loaded, Mr. Robinson got his second home run of the day. All he's done is drive in 6 Pittsburgh runs. Nobody out. 7th inning, goes the left-hander. The kid standing, we want a hit. Keaton delivers. Gross takes it high. Ball 1. The lead back against the Cardinals with a run in the 9th inning. They won it down there last night with a run in the 9th. Forced in on a walk to Jose Cardinal with the bases loaded. 1-0 delivery. Took a good cut, fouled it back up on the screen. They are now in the 10th inning of that ball game. In the 10th today. I'm sorry, not in the 9th. In the 10th to take the lead. There's a swing on a let-up, and he's out in front of it and hits the foul down the right field line. Keaton had him way up in front of that one. Should the Phillies hold on for a win, it'll give them a record of 4-2. If they lose this one, we'll be at 500. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, Grove fouls it out of play. 1-2 on Greg. Tomorrow, Rick Russell. Ready to close out this series against Pittsburgh. Makes 2 fine starts. Has 1 win, 1 loss. The loss to Pittsburgh and the win against the Mets. Montreal has tied the New York Mets with a run in the bottom of the 9th inning. They're in overtime. And it is 3-3. 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Fastball that he gets under and fouls. Right over our head. Down the net it comes. Ball 1-2. Montreal and New York will be in here on this homestand. Following the Pirates. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the Expos. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the New York Mets. And the Cubs hit the road again. 1-2 pitch. Gross swings ground ball to the first baseman. Sargo goes to second for 1. Gross back to first in time to prevent a double play. A run scores. So it'll be a run batted in for Gross to make it 11-7 Pittsburgh. I thought Sargo looked at the runner coming up the line of the plate instead of going right to second.
That's right. He didn't know what to do with the ball when the ball hit to him. But he sort of bobbled the ball just for a second with that hesitation and lost the play.
I said 11-7. Let me correct it. 13-7. Here is Ivan de Jesus, who singled, scored a run. He's 1 for 3. Takes and at the ball inside of the letters to the right-hander. 1 away and a runner at first. Keaton pitch. Look down. High and tight with the fastball. Juno. Get out of the batter's box in a hurry. that lead.
He was lucky in that sixth inning when he walked the bases loaded.
2-0 pitch. It's low, ball 3. This inning opened with Hector Cruz, who has now scored, pitching a bunch of singles to open it up. That's the third on Raiders hit. 3-0 pitch. He'll take, and it's a strike. Jim Rooker worked the first 5 innings for the Pirates. 3-1 delivery to DeJesus. Ball, that was going to be low. Got a little bit of a delayed call that time, but it's a breaking pitch down and away. Twice that plate umpire's done that to me today. 3-2 delivery. Swung on. Drive to Bill Robinson, moving to his left. He's there, reaches up, and he hauls it in. 2 away. Gene Klein's the batter. 13-7. Pittsburgh's leading. Sounds like a football score, and it's one of those days where if you're not sitting in the sun and you're not protected from that wind, you'd think it's absolutely perfect for football.
Gene Klein has scored 3 runs today. 1 hit, a walk, a fielder's choice. Shot the first pitch, fouls it, back out of play. Bickner will retrieve that one. Larry in the on-deck circle. That's with 8 hits, the Pittsburgh Pirates 10. But they sent 13 men to the plate in the 4th inning. Put 9 runs on the board. Fastball swung on, and he fouled it back out of play. 0-2. And 4 of those times came on 1 swing of the bat. Bill Robinson, a grand slam homer. That was his greeting to Paul Russell. Came on a relief in that inning. He's in ready with the 0-2 pitch. Klein takes the ball very low. 1-2. The rookie, Don Robinson, against the Cub veteran, Rick Russell, here tomorrow. 1-2 pitch. Did not have a good cut. Hit a slider down and away. Klein just struck out. Well, the Cubs pick up 1 in the 7th inning on a couple of hits. 1 man left on. Well, he finished 7 innings of play here at Wrigley Field with the Pirates coming to bat, leading 13-7. Joe Wallace injured his right shoulder. He dove and made a great stop on the ball in Chase Stadium, making his first appearance in a ball game since then. Carson out in center field. Greg Gross got into the game as a pinch hitter, has replaced Dave Kingman in left field, and Willie Hernandez is the new pitcher as we go into the 8th inning. Omar Marino is the lead off against Willie. Left-hander single scored in that wild 4th inning. They chased Dennis Lamp. They mishandled Mike Trucco. And they got a grand slam homer off Paul Russell in that inning. This pitch the ball, too low. Willie's 2nd straight appearance against Pittsburgh. Got the win yesterday on Bittner's homer in the 9th. Sidearm fastball yesterday on Bittner's homer in the 9th. Sidearm fastball in too close, 2-0. This is Willie's 5th appearance of the season. This is only the Cubs' 8th game. He's been a workhorse in that bullpen. Fastball fires. Marino swings at it, drives 1 deep in the left center field, goes to the dead run, and he cannot get to it. Gets in front of the warning track, bounces up against the vines, and Marino, who hasn't been playing against left-handers, has just hit himself a double. Off the southpaw. You may change Chuck Tanner's thinking, Will. He could. Seems to be the Pirates' day, to say the least. got off him were unearned. He gave up one hit. Here's Dave Parker. Got the one hit off Donnie Moore. And he had 2 hits today. Driven in a run, scored a couple. Left-hander swings. Viciously got under it. Hits the high foul. That's out of play. Just below our WGN broadcasting booth. Hernandez from the stretch. Parker backs away from a fastball. Hit high. Ball 1, strike 1. Pirates with 2 runs in the first inning. Cubs got one of them back in the bottom of that inning. Took the lead in the third with a pair. And then the Pirates exploded for 9. 1-1 delivery. That's a breaking ball into the dirt. Ball 2, strike 1 on Parker. He started today hitting 185. If the season's over, he'll probably be hitting about 200 points higher than that. Maybe not quite that many. 2-1 pitch. Big swing by the southpaw. And a miss. He jumped on a ball that was breaking almost into the dirt. 2-2 on it. Red Sox had a little fun today, didn't they, Lou?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a fine ball club.
Sure,
They can score a lot of runs, especially when they get back home in that Fenway Park.
O.D. spot. 2-2 pitch. And Parker takes a curve into the dirt. 3-2. Boston got a dozen runs today. A flock of homers. Wallop, the Texas Rangers, 12-4. Texas off to a shaky start. They're now 2-5. 3-2 pitch. Drive 1 foul into the Pirate dugout. Buddy waving a handkerchief over there. Parker says, we don't need it in here. Get it over the other way. Or between those white lines. Red Sox, with that win, are now 4-3. Scrambling races in just about every division in the majors. Marino, the runner at second. Hernandez would like to leave him stranded there. Nobody out, 3-2 pitch. Swung out, he hit him on the fifth, throws it to Cruz. Misses Marino as he was coming in front of him, throws to first base for the out. Marino doing a little adagio dance to get out of the way of Hector Cruz. Now over at third base. And in the batter's box is Bill Robinson, who has batted in 6 runs today. 2-run homer in the first inning, a grand slam home run in the fourth. He has 9 runs batted in now for the season. From the windup, Hernandez pitch. Back to Boy for the fastball. Ball 1. That's all Robinson has done today. 2 homers. He went after a breaking pitch. Looks like it is going to be into the dirt. 1-1 on him. Very fine man. Shadows. Up the feet of the pitcher in the mound from the upper deck. The fastball swung on him in. Kept it down on the way. 1-2. Third. 13-7 score. Pittsburgh leads. Here's a pitch swung on of this game right over the top of it. It dipped down sharply. Robinson is bad. 2 gone. Veteran Willie Stark of the batter. He scored a couple of runs today. Led off the 7th inning with a double. Came in on a 2-base throwing error by the cut. Normally extremely dependable shortstop Ivan de Jesus. Well, he looks at the ball away. He walked and scored, and that 4th inning came in on Ed Ott. hard shot to Victor. He's got it. Waves Hernandez away. Unassisted put out. The Cubs first baseman retires Pittsburgh, and they lead off double by Marino. And Hernandez left him stranded. End of 7.5 innings at Wrigley Field. The Cubs come to that, and still the Pittsburgh Pirates out in front 13-7. Into left field. We're going to take a moment here for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago. Listen to the Mike Pyle Show following baseball tomorrow.
20-0-4.
Let's fly to Mendoza with you at Wrigley Field. I got Steve Fry from Milwaukee. So is a free agent. Plays with them. He played some good years with the Minnesota Twins. Just to interrupt you a bit, I think Bob Collins has got a good idea. This is hot toddy day here. Really? Oh, yes. But he's got all the toddy, though. Where in the world is that clown? Could use a little bit of that. Orange juice, hot toddy, aspirin, orange juice. Let's go into a hot toddy. Any juice right down. But warm, penetrating cold. Let's say out of that sun. Fitness in there, and he has to take a couple of pitches, and both good missed on him. He just aims a fastball, and he misses. 3-0. Wind coming right into the booth off the lake today. There's a fastball. It's apparently caught the outside corner. 3-1. Walk 3, Keeson has walked 3 men. That one dipped very low out of the strike zone. He has now walked his 4th man. If they didn't have this big lead, he would be in under a hot shower. Joe Wallace came into play in the outfield for the Cubs, played at center field in the top of this inning, comes to bat for the first time today, hitting in Kingman's spot. Batting left-handed. Gonna bat one time this year. 0 for 1. Looks to the strike. Even though they have this big lead, Kent Jacoby and Grant Jackson are going to start going in the Pirate bullpen. Oh, look out, guys. That one was way outside. Maybe the wagon doesn't to get at that one. Swung and missed. Strike 2. Mercer due up next. Keeson on the hill delivers. Wallace checks his swing. That one's into this. Nice pickup by Ed out. 1 and 2. Philadelphia knows out the Cardinals today. 3-2. Edged them out 4-3 last night. Here's the pitch. Curve swung on. He pulls it. Has Sargent. Pulls into right field. Pitcher out. He's going to third. Ball skips over the bullpen. Pitches down. Parker wheels it in towards second. And Lars Wallace on the 1-2 pitch is on with a single. His first hit of the season. Bobby Bush to the batter with nobody out. Tanner's not going to wait. He's seen enough of Keeson. Even with the score 13-7, favor of the Pirates in the 8th inning. Chuck Tanner's going out there, says, give me the ball. He's going to bring in the over-legged veteran relief pitcher, Grant Jackson, to work against Bobby Mercer here in the 8th inning. Well, Keeson has worked 2 innings in relief. Walked 4 men. That's the 3rd hit that he's given up. For 1 run so far, and it's responsible for the Cub runners on base here. But while we're waiting for Grant Jackson to get warmed up, let's take time out for this message.
Take the back-breaking drudgery out of garden preparation with a groundbreaking power tool from True Value Hardware Stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest two-test heavy-duty power tillers to help you do the hardest work in a garden, tilling and cultivating the soil. For example, the True Test 5-horsepower chain drive tiller features 16 bolo tines that till, cultivate, and break up the soil for you. Plus, the power reverse instant wheel adjusters and pivoting depth control make the power tiller easy to operate. Or for smaller gardens, True Value hardware stores offer their True Test 2-horsepower chain drive tiller. It's lightweight and compact. The 8 double-in slasher tines adjust for controlled power tilling, and the handle folds for easy transporting and storing. Take the back-breaking drudgery out of garden preparation with a groundbreaking True Test power tiller. They're sold exclusively at participating True Value hardware stores.
I know that Wrigley Field is regarded as a hitter's paradise and seen in so many high-scoring games for so many years. You come out on a day like this with that wind blowing in hard from right field, and you figure, well, this could be one of those days where it could be 3-2, 4-3. And here we are with a score of 13-7. There have been 20 base hits in the ball game, and there's nobody out in the bottom of the eighth with up runners at first and third, and Bobby Visser, the batter, against the Pirates' third pitcher of the afternoon, Greg Jackson. Gets his sign, goes into the stretch. Wheels, Visser takes, hits the strike. Fastball. Jackson's fourth appearance of the season. Not been too successful so far. Been ending in 2/3 and giving up 4 hits. Visser reaches up and out after that one, and he fouls it back out of play. Didn't look like a particularly good pitch to him. No, he was reaching. He's been reaching for the pitches. Doesn't have that relaxed Mercer swing. And a single in the third inning drove in the run, and he walked with the bases loaded back in the first inning. It was after that one, and he fouled it back. He's got a good groove over at Shea Stadium the last couple of days of that series. The off day kind of took it away from him. Yesterday he was hitless. Now he's 1 for 2 today. Up in a walk and a single for Mercer so far. Nobody out. Sidearm fastball away. Throw to third. Mentioned earlier, Ed Ott doesn't mind snapping a throw to first to third. Trying to get a runner. Missed on Bittner that time. Ball 1, strike 2. There's a swing and a foul. That's out of play. Jackson can be deceptive. I don't think he comes to a stop, a full stop. Watch where he puts that ball together in his glove and then comes up. Yeah, he's high with it. Yeah. He starts to come down. And all of a sudden it seems like that glove is still moving, and he's got that ball out of it in that bare hand and ready to fire it. Here's the pitch. Swung on, he pulls that one foul. And he didn't always pitch like that. No, he didn't. He changed his delivery and holding a man on. Bill Wallace, the cut runner over at first base, and Larry Bittner, who led off the inning with a walk, is over at third. Couple more hits here. Chuck Tanner might be getting nervous in that dugout if he isn't already. 2-2 pitch. Mercer swing. With a drive to the left fielder. Making that grab out there is Steve Fry. Bittner tags. He comes to the plate. They can see the run. Girl goes into second base. Mercer is credited with his third run batted in of the day and his sixth of the year with a sacrifice fly. It's now Pittsburgh 13 and the Cubs 8. Opposite field, line drive. Henry Trio stepping in. Walked and scored in the 5th inning. Takes him up. Looks at Jackson's first pitch outside for the ball. Big gap between Parker in right field and Marino over in left center. 1-0 delivery. Hayes swings and he hits a high fly ball. Steve Fry in. He's starting for the ball, and he makes the catch in very shallow left field. Tosses to the
shortstop Tavares, who was out there. Lucky run for them. Still away. Hector Cruz led off the 7th inning with a beautifully pushed front single on the first base side, and he scored a run. Greg Gross is a pinch hitter, reached on a fielder's choice when they missed a possible double play, and Cruz was able to tally. He looks, Jackson misses outside, ball 1. Ready. There's a swing, and hit drive, but it goes foul down the left field line. The area of the Cub bullpen through. Philadelphia with its win today at St. Louis. Now 4 wins, 2 losses for the year. The Cardinals at 500, 4-4. Fastball. Strike spread at the knees, 1-2. Verlander out, Will? Yes, scoring in the 11th inning. They beat Lyric. There's a swing, and he dumps one into center field. It's in for a base hit. Wallace speeding around to third. No play on him. A touchless lead single off the bat of Hector Cruz. Second hit of the inning. Runners at first and third in this zany ball game, which finds the Pirates leading here, 13-8 in the 8th inning. Dave Rader has 2 hits and 2 runs batted in for the afternoon, steps into the batter's box. Montreal Ball Club, well, they've had their problems with the Mets. They were out today. They're going to be in here, and that's a good team. Was all ready. Time was called by plate umpire Jimmy Webb. Later looking at it, kind of question. I don't know whether he's bad or what happened there. The catcher's messed rather with the bat. Now we're ready to go again. And the pitch. Into the dirt, bounced away, and a runner's going to score. Bounced all the way to the backstop. As Grant Jackson threw one into the dirt, but Ed Ott couldn't handle it. A real wild pitch by the veteran. Grant's run is charged against Keith. And the count on Dave Rader, all 1. At second base now is Hector Cruz. There's a swing and a miss on a good fastball. 1-1. Now the Pittsburgh Pirates 13 and the Chicago Cubs 9. 1-1 pitch. Swung on a bit. Need a fastball right by him at the letters. 1-2. Paid attendance today, a little bit smaller than yesterday's crowd. A little over 20,000 paid. A little over 21,000 total here today. 1-2 pitch. Dave swings and he fouls it out of play at left side. Ball 1, strike 2. Let up and he tapped one weakly off the end of the back to Starkle. He hustles over and gets the unassisted foot out. He had Dave Rader way out in front. A couple of runs in the 8th inning for the Cubs. All started with a walk and then a base hit. 2 hits in the inning. And a man left on. 1 run coming in on a wild pitch. Pirates have tried to help the Cubs considerably today. But Bill Robinson, 6 runs batted in for the afternoon. And helped the Pirates stay out in front. They lead 13-9. Look at the way the Cub pitching staff has been going. You've known that Cubs were going to get 9 runs prior to today's ball game with that wind blowing in the way it is. You figured they got a lock on that one. But we're going into the 9th inning, and the Pirates are out in front by 4 runs. Mario Mendoza. What a lyric name that is, huh? Going to be leading off, a little right-hander. Play second base in the 5th inning, and he has been at bat once and bounced out to the pitcher, lets the fly ball to Tires Wallace in center. He's got it. 1 pitch, 1 away. In on, the left-handed hitting catcher drew an intentional walk in the 7th inning with 1 away and started on at second base. Strategy looked pretty good for just a moment. The next batter, Phil Donner, hit a ground ball to DeJesus. Looked like it was going to be a double play. But Ivan had his arm suddenly go awry. He uncorked the throw in the general direction of Trio at second base, and it wound up eventually down in the bullpen in right field. 2-run error, but hit through the ball. There's a swing at a high, deep drive to Wallace in center field. He's going way back. He's got it. The warning track about 395 feet away. That time Tarzan, with the crack of the bat, just turned his back to the infield and took off. Not giving it a long ride. But there's 2 gone in the 9th inning. And Fernando Gonzalez stepping in for the first time today. He has replaced Connor at third base. Right-handed hitter. Makes the sign up of the cross as he is making his way to the batter's box. Pretty good ball player. Chunkily built right-hander. Started the first 2 games at third base against the Cubs over in Pittsburgh, and we got some loony who has managed to get out onto the outfield. He's running across center to left field. And when he gets off the playing area, he'll be grabbed by a couple of the security people, and he may find himself in the slammer very shortly. With a little do-bill. Oh, where they came from. But he's now gone, and we can resume the ball game, and some of the security people heading to nail it. First pitch of ball, the right-hander. There's the swing and a foul. Back out of play. 1-1 on Fernando. Bases empty in the 9th inning. Pirates at bat. And the Pittsburghers are leading the Cubs here in this wild one, 13-9. Tony Hernandez delivers. Soaring fastball. He takes it high. Ball 2, strike 1. The series tomorrow. Rick Russell scheduled to go for the Cubs against the rookie right-hander Don Robinson. And the ball too high, 3-1. Chuck Tanner is manager of the Pirates, very, very high on Robinson. We'll get our first look at him here tomorrow. 3-1 delivery. Goes after it. Hits a high foul back at the plate. Rader off the mask, but might well forget it, Dave. It's way back up in the net. Full count. Cubs have an off game Monday. Then the Montreal Expos and the New York Mets come to town to close out this first homestand of the season. Baseball here Tuesday through Sunday at Wrigley Field next week. 3-2 pitch. Swung on. A drive down the left field line. He's out in front of it. Drills the souvenir into the box seat. 3-2. Remains the count on Gonzalez. See a lot of the kids and adults out here with various Chicago Cubs souvenirs. And a lot of them you'll see reading that roster book in between innings. Filled with all the latest info on the whole ball club. 3-2 delivery to Gonzalez. Goes to right field. Mercer coming over. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Bounces off his body. Gonzalez makes a turn and holds with a single. Could also picture of the ball club, printed autographs. To get the complete list of souvenirs, just send a stamped, self-addressed envelope with your request for souvenirs, Wrigley Field, Chicago. It's free for the asking. Don't send it to me or to Lou. Just send it a stamped, self-addressed envelope. Grant Jackson, the right-handed batter, swings and misses, strike one. With your request for souvenirs, Wrigley Field, Chicago, 60613. They'll send you the whole list of souvenirs and how much they cost. Eastway hits one off the bat handle to Manny Trio at second base. And Jackson's an easy out to retire the Pirates in the ninth inning. The Cubs get their final lick for the day very shortly. They leave one man on. At the end of 8 1/2, Cubs come to bat, Pittsburgh leading 13-9.
That's a first.
Fans sitting out there in the sunshine and the bleachers or box seats down the right field line, if they hear that, what's he talking about? It's not that cold. All right, maybe we can pull off a rally here. Here's a swing and a foul. That's play. It's Rick Rose trying to get something going. Came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning. Reached in the fielder's course and got credit for his run batted into the air, and he stayed in to play the outfield. Here's the pitch, swung out, fouls it out of play. Minnesota Twins managed a one-run victory today over Seattle. Sidearm fastball, swung on, base hit. Hook on to an opposite field line single. At the shortstop, Tavares, not been playing so far over towards third, playing at the swing lane. He might have had himself an out on that one. Greg is on to the hit. Let's keep it rolling. Pirates have 12 hits. The Cubs now have 11. And number 11 is in the batter's box. The Cubs shortstop, Ivan DeJesus. Singled in the third and scored. Grant Jackson, first pitch. Ron takes the strike at the knees, inside corner. A lengthy one here today. Lots of runs, lots of hits, lots of errors, too. There's a high curve swung on. He curls one down the right field foul line. Parker gives chase, but it's into the box seat. Out near the Pirates bullpen. Nothing in two on Ivan DeJesus. He's off to an awfully good start this year. Today, he has bounced out twice and flied out once, but he also has a hit and a walk. He's 1 for 4 today, and has 12 hits in his first 34 trips to the season. Well over 300 right now. But he's in the hole, 0-2. Fastball, he looks, strike! Oh, right at the knee. He thought it was going to be low. It was, but not low enough. Good fastball by the veteran Jackson. Bill Buckner is going to pinch hit. Tender ankle and all. He's batting for the pitcher, Hernandez, who when he came in was inserted in that number 2 spot. He hurt that ankle yesterday on a double. Big roar, particularly from the bleacher fans when Buckner's name is announced. Billy Buck getting only 4-5-5 for the year. Swings and fouls it back out of play. 10 hits and 22 at-bats so far this season. A couple of doubles, a homer. His home run last Sunday at Pittsburgh off Bruce Keeson in the 8th inning. Snapped a 3-3 tie, gave the Cubs a 4-3 victory. Fastball swung on and missed. The left ankle, which really gives him the most trouble. Nothing in 2 count on him. With 1 away in the 9th inning, the Pirates leading the Cubs 13-9. Jackson ready on the hill. Buckner swings, and he hits a high foul first big side. Dargill never knew for a moment where the ball was. Finally pointed out to him that it's way back behind his dugout at the first base side, about 20 rows in. 0-2. Shadows across the plate, across the pitcher's mound, the left side of the infield, the left field area, all in deep shadow. The rest of the playing area, bright, bright sunshine. The wind whipping the flag straight in from right field. 0-2 pitch. Swung on, a drive in the right field. Parker running over. He is there, and he grabs it. Wheels the throw into first base. Runner back in time. They're 2 away. One more, and the Pirates will have evened up the series. And they will have ended their 5-game losing streak, which started at the hands of the Cubs last Sunday, was continued by the Cardinals. And extended yesterday by the Cubs. 13-9 score. Larry Bittner. Been on base today 4 times. 2 walks, 2 hits. And he looks at Jackson's curve for a strike. Officially 2 for 3 today. 2 for 3 yesterday, including the game-winning homers. Batted in a run today. 0-1 delivery. And he takes strike called, 0-2. And Larry looks a little disgusted with that call. It'll be tough to see down there in those shadows. Jackson wants it ended. We've been out here too long as it is, over 3 hours. Left-hander pitch, swung on. It's not going to end on that one. That's just for a base hit. Out in the right center field. Marino boots the ball. Goes down to the right. Here's Rose coming to the plate, and here's Bittner going to third. It's now Pittsburgh 13 to Cubs 10.
That was almost a field goal.
Yeah, he stuck his foot on that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Came over to backhand the ball after it bounced off the grass out there, and he literally booted it. Pitcher with a double and credited with a run batted in and give him third on the boot by the center fielder Marino. And to the batter's box, Joe Wallace, he swings and fouls it back out of play. Let's pause for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
Jerry Sloan and guest for the Mike Five Show tomorrow after baseball on WGN Chicago.
Jackson wide. Tarzan swings and he fouls it back out of play. He's in the hole, 0-2. Bittner is in the hole, 0-2. That is the Pirates' 4th error of the day. No golden gloves today for him. Here's a swing and a foul. It's back into the backstop, 0-2. And in the hit department, it is even Stevens, a dozen apiece. Bill Robinson has 2 of theirs, one with the man on, and 1 home run with the bases loaded for Robinson. 0-2 pitch. Just missed the knees away. 1-2. Now the fastball. Jackson still hasn't hit it. Now the fastball winds. Cars Wallace takes in too tight this time, and the letters 2-2 with 2 away. Pirates leading 13-10. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, a high foul. Curling over the right side. Sardo watches it go back in about 4 rows where he can't get to it. If Joe Wallace gets on, Bobby Mercer would be the hitter, and he would represent the tying run in this ballgame. Ken Jacoby, a right-hander, is now throwing in the Pirates bullpen. Wind up, 2-2 pitch. Take strike 3 call. The ballgame is over. 1 run, 2 hits.
Cubs had a little fun, but not nearly as much as Pittsburgh. The final, Pittsburgh 13 and the Cubs 10.
Take the back-breaking drudgery out of garden preparation with a groundbreaking power tool from True Value Hardware Stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest True Test heavy-duty power tillers to help you do the hardest work in a garden, tilling and cultivating the soil. For example, the True Test 5-horsepower chain drive tiller features 16 bolo tines that till, cultivate, and break up the soil for you. Plus, the power reverse instant wheel adjusters and pivoting depth control make the power tiller easy to operate. Or for smaller gardens, True Value Hardware Stores offer their True Test 2-horsepower chain drive tiller. It's lightweight and compact. The 8 double-in slasher tines adjust for controlled power tilling, and the handle folds for easy transporting and storing. Take the back-breaking drudgery out of garden preparation with a groundbreaking True Test power tiller. They're sold exclusively at participating True Value Hardware Stores. Remember, True Value, more than just a name, it's their way of doing business.
Down 121. I think they're going to have to give us a change in the time of the game. Not that it means all that much. They say 3 hours and 1 minute. I think it's probably 3 hours and 11 minutes. Well, in any case, the final score is Pittsburgh 13 and the Cubs 10. The Pirates, it doesn't hit. The Cubs, it doesn't hit. Pirates 4 errors. The Cubs 2. Pittsburgh left only 5 men on base, thanks to Bill Robinson. The Cubs left a dozen men stranded. Look to the winner over Dennis Lamb. Well, I guess you've been in a few of these as a player and as a manager, Lou. You've seen it before, huh? Yes, and we'll continue to see it. Hopefully not against the Cubs. But the only thing to wrap up about this ball game is let's get them tomorrow. Yeah, and do it in a hurry. Final game between the Cubs and the Pirates in this series, and the 6th meeting already between these two Eastern Division rivals will take place here at Wrigley Field tomorrow afternoon. I sure hope you'll get out here to see it. Blake Fletchel has pitched well in his first 2 outings this year. Hopefully he's going to wind up a 20 or more game winner when this season is over. We'll go against the Pirates. And Don Robinson, a rookie, scheduled to go for Pittsburgh. Our broadcast this afternoon brought to us by the G. Harman Brewing Company of La Crosse, Wisconsin, the makers of Old Style, a pure brewed beer from God's country. The Association of Chicagoland McDonald's restaurants. Why, did you have breakfast at McDonald's tomorrow? Then come on over here to the ballpark. Your Chicagoland Gallant Minimals. That's the place to test drive the new Old Cutlass for 1978. General Fidanza's 70 Chicagoland offices tomorrow up to $10,000. Call friendly Bob Adams at Andover 32020. And True Value Hardware Stores. Boy, that's not just a name. Let me tell you, that's their way of doing business at True Value. Russell 101 against Don Robinson, a rookie. Chuck Tanner says this guy's going to be around a long, long time. Come on out here and make up your mind for yourself tomorrow when you watch him go at it, huh? But the Pirates are winner today. They sent 13 men to the plate here this afternoon when they chased the Cubs rookie starting pitcher Dennis Lamb. They also got Kruko out of there, and when Paul Russell came on in relief of the bases loaded, Bill Robinson greeted him with his second home run of the day, a grand slammer. And for all intents and purposes, that was it. But the Cubs did come back, and they made it close, 13-10, but not close enough. Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau, Jack Minovich, our producer, and Ron Cohn, our engineer. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago. Whether you're building your own home or remodeling your present one, you want to do the job with the best materials you can get, right? Well, that's where the Edward Hines Lumber Company comes in. Hines owns their own plywood plant, sawmills all across the country. So they control the quality of their lumber every step of the way, from start to finish. That's why Hines can bring you top-grade lumber and building supplies at prices you can afford. And it's the same reason why most of Chicagoland's professional home builders shop at Hines, too, because they know quality when they see it. Hines, Chicago's largest lumber supplier, has been providing lumber and building materials for new homes for more than 85 years now. And because they're one of Chicago's oldest lumber suppliers, they know how to answer your needs better than